Welcome back to the Box2Box podcast.
This is episode 37, and today we're going to be talking a lot about the Premier League. Liverpool demolishes Spurs. Are they going to win the title?
And shocking results for the Manchester clubs. Where do they go from here?
And Barca lose again. The diamond tester results are in. They fake.
All that and more on the Box2Box podcast.
Let's go.
You ain't going home,
Your
bro.
Honor, I'm sorry. Your Honor, I'm sorry. If we don't compete with City, this is a failure of a season. You've heard it
So
here first.
I can already tell you, I'll tell you in advance, you failed.
I'm going to take central midfielder, Federico Valverde.
What?
Yeah.
No, that's
He has
crazy.
been the worst midfielder for Real Madrid this season.
That's like saying Neymar was the worst player in MSN. Welcome back, everyone. Boys, I mean, if you're watching this on 24th, this is coming out the 23rd, so happy holidays. I'm sure everybody's off enjoying the holidays with their families. But boys, how the holidays been treating us?
Well, listen, if they're listening now, we just want to say thank you for spending your holidays with us.
Yep,
Because, listen, there's still football on, but, we're enjoying the time with the family.
For sure.
Time with
Well,
everyone,
preparations for the holiday. We're Italian, so
so a lot of
the
prep.
holidays is more preparing for eating than actually eating.
There's stages.
Yep.
Where you got a holiday prep session where it's all stress because it's okay, everyone get this, everyone get that, whatever. Then there's the actual celebrations for 2 days, and then it's you're
then you're
processing.
slumped.
Then you're in a rut.
No, it's nice.
For a week.
Between Christmas and New Year's, it's just visiting
Nothing.
family,
Saying
eating.
hi, coffee.
Yeah, just a lot of coffees.
The Scott
Everyone
tea
says
there.
it's the happiest time of the year, but 3 days before Christmas, it's the most stressful, and you and your family members are just yelling at each other, getting shit
but
done.
it's super.
Did you get the
Yeah, I know,
food?
but like,
Oh
yeah.
my god. Did you pick up the
And then
panettone?
something just switches the day of Christmas that you're like, oh, okay, this is
You
meant
forgot
be
to
a
get
good
someone a
day.
gift,
Yeah.
so you're running to the mall trying to get a last minute gift, and
Oh,
they
that's
don't
the
have it
worst.
left.
I mean,
and
hopefully my sister doesn't hear this. What did you guys get your sister?
Damn,
I
bro.
still gotta go tomorrow, actually.
I mean, listen, we doing Christmas shopping Monday and Tuesday.
well,
probably.
your brother is.
Unfortunately, I can't say anything.
brother's in the
room with my. With
He
my
is
brother in the
watching
room.
right now.
I got my sister. Give you an idea. Did your sister live alone?
No.
Okay, because my sister just moved out, so I got her a tea kettle.
Okay.
Very nice.
Little housewarming
Essentials.
gift.
Yeah.
Got to get the essentials.
Well, my sister actually just got engaged, so she could.
Oh, congratulations!
Congratulations.
Thank you. She could. Is there any engagement gift I could give
Yeah.
her?
Well, no, that's a separate.
Yeah, I
gift.
know
Yeah,
that's a
that's
separate
something.
gift, but you do
Trying to
that more.
bundle it.
Here you go.
You go, this covers Christmas, your birthday,
No, but like,
engagement.
something direct like could go with the engagement
Something
on the
housewarming.
spot.
Usually
That's the engagement because
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
tough.
It's cuts.
It's just a thing.
But housewarming, she doesn't live in her own house.
That's the problem. Like you got to get her like cutlery china, the stuff like for the house, for any place that
but
they're gonna live in the
cutlery,
future.
She won't need it yet.
yeah, like it's gonna stay in the box.
But if you know your parents, if you ask your parents what they got for their like engagement, whatever, it's like
Yeah, but it's different
china
back then.
that we have in our cabinets for the last 15, 20 years that we haven't used, but they look good and we're gonna use them eventually.
Maybe like a gift that they could both use. I don't know. Something.
But then it's for her Christmas.
oh, this
get
is
her-
for
just get her
Christmas.
a Christmas
Yeah, just get her a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
yeah,
gift
it's
card,
for Christmas.
Sephora gift
Yeah.
card or
Yeah.
something. Simon's gift card. He does
I
the
will be
job.
there no matter what. One day every year, either my sister's birthday or Christmas, I will go to Aritzia or any girly
Yeah,
store,
always hits.
and I will be the only man in there.
Give-
Always
actually,
hits.
no. At a certain day, probably the 22nd or even the 23rd, you'll see it's only men.
Yeah.
in
Only
the
men.
Aritzia.
At the cash,
Like, damn, what do I get her? What do I get her? Yeah. Don't worry, I will be there.
I will. Be
I will be there.
Aritzia is so clutch. Any girl's birthday, anything. I'm bro. I don't step foot in Aritzia.
No
At
need
least
to.
4 times a year, just for Christmas gifts or anything. I'm in Aritzia. That place must be making
Never misses.
so much
Barbara, I'll
money.
give you a little trick. I started ordering them online. Bro, they come in.
Mind-blowing.
They come in a little like in an Aritzia like bag.
For real?
Yeah, they actually ship it to you in a
My
bag.
issue is that I don't think about it till the day of the birthday.
There we go. Mentalidad. Mentalidad right there. He works under pressure.
In the heat of battle, you don't
That's
miss.
crazy. That's gonna get a little too close. Like I'm already stressing because it's really
There's
close.
traffic. I can't. I'll be late. I'll be an hour late. Brothers, going to drive
I
into the mall.
actually pick up the gift right before, like
It's good. It's still hot.
Shout
They bring
out-
someone
right,
donuts.
Shout
fresh
out-
off the press.
Shout out Sarah. We went to Sarah's birthday, like when was it, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
I got the gift on my way to the birthday.
God damn, he's announcing it.
Shout out Sarah, you an OG for real.
I wrote the card. I wrote
She's
the
definitely
card.
not listening.
I wrote the
She's definitely
card.
not
I wrote it while
listening right
driving.
now.
When you hit a red light, okay, all right, you know
Alright.
what? You've
Add
been a
5 more
great
words.
friend. I appreciate. Oh, okay, it's green
Shout
now.
out
Okay.
Sarah, but Paolo called me on the way. He's like, bro, what do I write in the card? I'm like, bro, I don't know. Just sign it for, because it was
And
with
then-
our friend
Cyber
Sasha
Bulldog.
also. Sign it from all 3 of us, bro.
So I wrote, "Happy birthday, all the best from."
Yeah, this guy
Sasha Varvar.
This guy wrote one line in an entire card.
There we go.
Tabarnak.
That's called mentalidad.
Mentalidad.
Mentalidad. Straight to the point. Mentalidad.
But the light was
jibber jabber.
the light wasn't long. It was a short light. But all the best.
Listen, you
no
know
fluff.
they ain't reading all that. They ain't reading all that. All the best. Perfect.
It was so funny because we show up at her door. This guy's holding the card. I'm holding the gift. So like it wasn't
And we're
even
missing a
one.
person.
Yeah, it was very funny.
All right, happy birthday.
The gift isn't even wrapped.
Happy birthday. Then you're opening Google Maps. Okay, how long to get back home?
No, we stayed for a while.
We stayed for a good while.
You enjoyed your stay.
Yeah.
Enjoyed your stay. But yeah, holidays are in full swing right now. So
Yeah.
Busy times.
We'll debrief when
For sure.
when we do the next podcast. So
Yes.
yeah, we're hanging in there. But gentlemen, there was a lot of football that happened, especially in the Premier League. Let's start it off. Liverpool versus Spurs. That was the marquee
That was a
matchup.
football. That was a American football match.
Bro, low-key,
6-3,
This is looking like a tennis match.
Nine.
It's a tennis set.
9 goals. We got spoiled.
6-3 for Liverpool. Ended up destroying Spurs.
The most
one point.
expected 9-goal match, like most predicted.
I-
The over under must have been at like 4 goals because Liverpool, if the other team want to go band for band, Liverpool's going band for band.
Like even if the over under was at 4, like either Liverpool
You're smashing
scoring
that.
4
Yeah.
or it's like a 3-1. But this blew.
S tier
everything
entertainment right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but Ange is B tier entertainment according to
Crazy
some.
work. Crazy
talking
work. Check out that YouTube, by the way.
I don't know what you were talking about.
But no, Ange continues to prove that he doesn't care. He doesn't care to change his tactics, who he's playing. He just goes out and listen. This game would have been very, very different if Romero and Van de Ven were playing
Yes.
because
Well,
Dragusin,
very different in what way?
and oh well, I mean you can
Like not 6 goals.
Vicario and the 2 defenders.
I'd argue Vicario's been a bigger miss than the 2 defenders.
That's a
Plausible.
fair.
Because even go back to the
Plausible.
Man United game. If Bayern Dier wasn't, by the way, he needs to be arrested for crimes against humanity.
Humanity.
But if Bayern Dier wasn't so shit, Fraser Forster loses single-handedly that game for them.
They went band for band.
Yeah. Oh, they went
wow.
mistake for mistake.
Yeah.
brother. So, unfortunately, Bayern Dier came out on top on that one. But
My winner.
Fraser Forster in this game too, mistake after mistake after mistake, and my one thing that Ange, him sticking to his football would work if he assembled the entire 23-man roster. But you still have people like Fraser Forster there who should not be touching the field, that don't fit your play style. So when you enforce this play style, your results are gonna suffer.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
obviously
You need to be
they're gonna
adaptable.
suffer. Yes.
To your
Well,
injuries, to your.
But his players,
once you get your 23-man
players are
squad,
adaptable, though.
Yeah.
once you get your 23-man squad, you should play nonstop that football because even your backup goalie is going to be accustomed to play how you want to play.
That is true. Yeah.
But Fraser Forster, this brother, probably came up. Well, he did come up when goalies probably never had to kick a ball, so he's not used to playing with his feet. And you saw that in the United game, especially. He's just not, brother. It's time to call it.
But listen, it's the back
career.
line. The back line wasn't that good. And honestly, I think to score 3 goals on Liverpool, that means that something was working, at least, like the offensive part of it.
But that's how
Yeah.
Ange is probably going to look at it. They're going to say, how did you concede 6 goals to Liverpool? Yeah, but we scored 3 against them. Name another team that scored 3 against Liverpool. You know what I mean? Like
But you lost.
like I get it. You want to look at the positives, but unfortunately, in these instances, the cons grossly outweigh the positives.
But did anybody have Spurs winning this game?
no.
That's why.
But you have to also cut him some slack because he is working with a team full of 8. Look, he inherited Son, which is obviously massive, and he's gotten some signings like Solanke, Madison, but he inherited largely a pretty decently old team, and only signings he gets are like 18, 19-year-olds with a couple like Solankes and Madisons, obviously. So he's not given much support from his team. Meanwhile, Liverpool, Arne Slot walked into a team with Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk. He didn't even sign anybody, and he already has the best team in the league practically.
But at the beginning of the season, we were talking about Liverpool as if they were about to fall off a cliff.
Because
Like
low-key Klopp was falling off the cliff, not them.
Yeah, but now we realize now. But in those conversations in 6 months ago or whatever, we were saying that this Liverpool team is not built for an honest slot.
I sent a video of Varvar this morning. Of
Millie also. Don't forget to say Millie also.
No, Millie's.
What did I say?
Hold on, I'll tell you the video. So the topic was agree, disagree. Liverpool, this was last season. Liverpool next season, we will see a fall off at Liverpool. And you said you're on the fence.
Yeah.
I disagreed and he agreed. And he said, like 100% next season, I see Liverpool falling off. You look at this aging squad, whatever.
You got me.
You got the receipts.
That's the problem with filming. That's the problem with having these things posted.
Can't change opinions.
It stays with you. Even if you put the date smeared on the front of the video, people are going to say, yeah, you said it though. That's the thing.
I said Aston Villa top 4 in Champions League.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, you win some. Like the top comment on that video said, broken clock is right twice a day.
But you know what's hilarious
That's
is
funny.
I told you that Varvar last week. Like after you were saying the Kulusevski thing, right here I told you a broken clock is right twice a day, and then I read that comment and I'm like, oh my god, it's growing.
But Kulusevski needs to be spoken about because this
I don't think
brother,
he does.
this is not
Underrated
a regular breakout.
Brendan
This is
Johnson
like
was good at the beginning of the season. Now he's not even a starter.
Kulusevski's been good for even last season. Kulusevski, was
I know,
good. Not
man.
this good, but he was very good last season.
Peaks and troughs.
Kulusevski is a legitimate like top 10 Premier League player, and I think it's legitimate. Like he's here to stay top 10
I
legitimate.
don't think so.
Like he's a you guys might he's a Real Madrid level player. Like he's a Real Madrid Man City level
That's
player.
a tag
We've
that
lost the plot.
it's too early to put.
Hesitant.
I don't think it's too early to put. This is a Rolls Royce footballer.
I think you could definitely say that he's probably the main man at Tottenham right now. He's overtaken Son, in my opinion, as the face of Tottenham
Factos.
right now. But to say that he's Real Madrid level, goodness gracious.
He is. He steps up in nearly this season, especially steps up in nearly every big game. Every big game, Kulusevski walks in, and even against Manchester United, he played well. I'm pretty sure against Man City, he had a masterclass. Every single big game Spurs needs him, he steps up. And obviously, it got overshadowed by Salah, by Luis Diaz, so he's never going to get that shine especially because of the result. But Kulusevski needs to be spoken about because players have. Harry Kane spent his entire career at Spurs, so you can't rule it out. But he's a player that doesn't. And sorry for all the Spurs fans out there, he needs to move. Like
He won't get a
He's
move.
too good.
He's Spurs level in my opinion.
No,
I think he fits it perfectly,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
He's their main guy.
Yeah,
He's the
I
one
see it.
creating everything. He's a leader right now. Listen, I think he could be a top 10 Premier League player
He's
right
not.
now.
He's not.
That's what he is.
He could
He's
be.
not.
I just don't
He
see him
is.
leading.
Bro.
I don't see him leading
Top 10
another
is
team.
Crazy. This is the Premier League.
he's top 10. Only players you can comfortably say are better than him are like Cole Palmer, Salah, Saka.
Haaland. If
Okay,
Haaland,
but
Watkins,
on form, are we
Isak.
better than Watkins?
No, he's not better than
Isak's
Watkins.
better than him. Bro, Watkins is really. I don't know. I don't see the
Not
hype,
this
bro.
season. Not this
Yeah,
season.
especially
Watkins.
not this season.
Yeah.
Van Dijk's are still like better in value, but if we're
Okay,
just going
yeah.
off of attackers, it's different if we're talking about attackers primarily. And Mbeumo, I think this season has been
No,
Kulu
no.
better.
And Mbeumo's a sick player. Don't
Yeah,
get me
but
wrong.
But this season
But
especially. he's been playing well.
Kulusevski this season has dominated games. It's not just Mbeumo. Obviously, he plays for Brentford, so you got to kind of a bit of more slack. But some games he fades away. Like he's not
know,
the
but-
Mbeumo that you see. Kulusevski is week after week after week after week. It's that consistency too that puts him in the top 10.
And Mbeumo steals games as well. Anyway, I think Kulu's having an exceptional season, but the expectations are like if his expectations were higher, it's the problem is like right now he's superseding the expectations so much so that we want to overrate him.
Bro, bring him to Manchester United. That's all I'm gonna say.
He
bro.
would actually fit pretty well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's
I'm
a
at
guy.
Diallo, Kulusevski right side. God.
Both Serie A products, by the way.
Atalanta products,
Atalanta
by
products,
the
too.
way. Went to school together. I don't know if you guys saw that picture.
Plus-
they
They did?
actually went to school together. They're boys.
Plus Hoyland's there, bro. You have basically half an
Atalanta front three.
Bro, if we're playing 3-4-3,
It works.
it works. Sign me
That's
the
a-
Catalera.
that's a
Sign me
stinky
Lookman.
front- that's
Sign me Jim City.
All you're missing is Gasperini, bro, and you might actually win something. Crazy work.
But moving to the other side, we're talking a lot about Spurs, Liverpool, once again proving, Salah, once again proving that the brother decides games. He still decides games at his age. Just a, like, honestly, a spectacular showing. I think did he drop like a 9.8 or something?
And 2 goals, 2 assists.
That's
Out
crazy.
there,
Supposed to-
I have him in
Close to 10.
FPL, so
One of the, you're saying in
Yeah.
the regular FPL? Yeah, whoever FPL draft owners with Salah that was the
They
pick. That was the number 1 pick this year.
top 2% in the world right now in FPL. Just have to put it out right now. It's
respectable.
And top 3,000 in Canada, I believe.
Top
And
3,000
you're in the
Canada.
bottom 2% of grass touched.
Touched, yeah, but
Crazy work.
we take our wins where it counts.
You know those memes on Twitter you've been seeing where it's the top. It's like mom just texted me.
Yeah.
Are you going to be bringing a girl at Christmas this year? And
As
it's a guy
I'm looking
watching,
up the Jan
Sorry,
Kulusevski highlights.
or a guy watching like FM how to like it's an FM tutorial.
Tactical.
You know the guy in the
Just
top.
like me, for real, bro.
That's me watching Kulusevski highlights, legit.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah, Mo Salah. What
We have this conversation
every
week, brother.
single week on the podcast, he drops a performance that we say, as we're making the itinerary, it's like, bro, we really need to speak about Salah again this week, and it's inevitable because you can't not speak about a brother who scored 2 goals, 2 assists. He's on pace to have the most goals and assists in a single season in Premier League history.
Well, he just broke the record.
He has 13 goals, 9 assists in 16 matches.
Yeah, the record is
crazy.
The record is set by Alan Shearer, I believe, but that's when they had 42 games or 44 games in a Premier League season, and I think it was 47. Over a 38 game season, I think the record, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, Thierry Henry with 44. So
Wow.
But he did break the record today he's the first player in Premier League history to get double-digit goals and assists before Christmas.
Wow.
damn.
So I saw
The
that.
consistency
Haaland
is
did
crazy.
that in his goal
Assists. Assists.
Got double-digit
and
goals.
Double-digit
and
goals,
assists.
double-digit
Oh.
assists.
No, he's
Yeah.
not dropping a double. He's not dropping that yet.
Dropping a double in the Prem. Yeah, I saw it today. I saw it on Twitter.
He has 9 assists.
Not yet.
Fact checked, bro.
I promise you.
Alan
Misinformation.
Shearer, 47.
Yeah, but that was when games
Tied with
44 games.
Tied with Cole. at
Yeah, but those
47.
were 44 game seasons. It was different.
Andrew Cole.
Interesting. Yeah, goal. Goat, by the way, man. You goat. Some
Newca-
respect on his
Enjoy
name.
that.
He did it while at Newcastle,
Yeah.
but
Manchester United fan, by the way.
treble winner at Manchester United. Put some respect on his
Manchester
name.
United fan, by the way.
Him and Dwight York. Put some respect on his name.
White York.
Respect, Dwight York.
Dwight York was an insane player. It's okay.
But back to Liverpool though. I think the last couple weeks we kind of had not necessarily doubts, but there were questions like, can Liverpool close out games like emphatically? Like there was a lot of closer games the last couple weeks than what we were used to at the beginning of the season, where they were winning 3-0. Like they were sweeping teams.
Dominant.
So now I think I know Spurs is the most erratic team in Premier League in the
I'd
Premier
say the
League
world right now, honestly.
but yeah, in the world, honestly. But do you see this win as like them reasserting themselves as like, yeah, we're the top dogs in the Premier League?
No, because it's Spurs. Only because it's Spurs. Like a win versus Spurs, like a big win versus Spurs doesn't
move you?
I don't know. It's like they don't have that, like winning versus, let's say, a Bayer Leverkusen. Barbara might not. Actually, you rate Bayer Leverkusen.
I rate Bayer Leverkusen.
Like I feel like a comfortable win versus Bayer Leverkusen is like a type of bar. It's a type
Yeah.
of bar, like proving your worth. Like if you beat Inter comfortably, that's like you are a very legitimate
That's what
team.
you're saying.
Like a Spurs could have just had a weird week, or they could have Romero. They could have their whole back line and goalie injured. The win versus that isn't special to me.
But in the grand scheme of things, they still have a game in hand, no?
yeah, they're at 16 games.
And they're what, 6 points ahead right now?
They're 4 points ahead.
4 points ahead.
So still 2 games off.
So technically, brother, they might run. They might run away with this.
You're saying they might run away with it, but my issues are, since Konate went down injured, their defense really has not been the defense that we had at the beginning of the season.
It's been shaky.
9 goals allowed in the last 4 games in the Prem. That's not good. That's over 2 goals per game. Like that's it. You can't sustain that over a season and expect a title, because at one point Mo Salah, look, I miss my comeback to bite me in the ass. The brother's not gonna finish with 30 goals, 30 assists in the Prem.
He's not gonna score every game.
Yeah,
Hopefully
exactly.
not.
So you can't rely, like, yeah, it's nice to score 6, but at the end of the day, you allowed 3. Like it's still.
Yeah.
And
I know, but to
another
be
day,
fair, 2 of those shouldn't have happened.
Another day, trust me, as a Man United fan under Amorim, another day Spurs could have just won that game. Like I'm not saying
I don't
it
think
would have been
so.
very unlucky, but when you allow 3 goals, it keeps that door open of just randomness that could have happened.
Well, for a second, I was like, "Oh, can Spurs actually come back?" But I think that doubt was quickly
And
turned off.
Arsenal looked to be turning a corner. Look, we're going to speak about them later, but Arsenal looked to be turning a corner where they look to be controlling games, and there's not going to be that openness to their game that allows a team like Spurs to score 3 or 4 goals.
Yeah, but then you think Arne Slot is such a malleable manager that he could just put Diaz striker and fixes everything. You know what I mean? Like, okay, Diogo Jota's injured. Oh, put Gakpo left wing, Diaz striker, and score 6 goals.
Gabriel Jesus, Arsenal is also proving that
Yeah,
good
but
dynamic.
Arteta is so stuck to his way of playing that works, obviously. But Arne Slot, on the other hand, he's like going head to head with everyone, no matter the way they play. He could play defensively, like in Champions League. He could play more attacking, like in this game. He's one of the best managers in the world right now.
Liverpool, you think that because right now this summer, big summer coming up for Liverpool.
Well, big winter, to be honest.
No, summer. Trent out of contract.
Oh.
Van Dijk out of contract. Salah out of contract. Those three, if you don't re-sign them, that's like you're going back out of like potentially out of top 6. I'm not even on cap. If you don't
Well,
re-sign
that's
them,
the club. That's the whole. That's
yes,
the club.
yes,
That's the
it's-
backbone.
Everybody else is a support. I'd argue everyone else is a support.
Yeah.
You're a Spurs level team without.
Yes, exactly. So if I can't understand how a club allowed
Yeah,
their
that's
3
crazy.
best players to go into the same summer.
crazy.
Like for me, Trent, that contract would have been figured out 3 years ago or 4 years ago.
what you're saying.
This is potentially, and you guys might disagree. Look at that first assist, first of all. And I used to be a hater back in the day. I've put my hands up. I'm
We've
so
all
wrong.
switched up.
We're potentially looking at the best right back of all time. I was speaking about this today in a group chat.
Oh my
Potentially,
God,
we are looking at
VAR.
potentially.
Oh my
I mean, who's the
God.
competition?
Philipp
Cafu.
Lahm.
It's much. It's
Philipp
an older.
Lahm.
It's an
Don't
older
shake-
type
don't-
of.
even
Give
try to
Trent
shake your hand.
Alexander. Oh my God, Trent Alexander-Arnold like 5 more years.
Bro,
he's passed.
He is never touching Philipp Lahm.
That's wrong.
Defensively,
Inherently
it's
wrong.
because they're 2 different profiles.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But I do agree with you with that. Liverpool are taking a very, very big risk with this contract management. But on the flip side of it, let's say they end up winning the Premier League, they end up being competitive. There's a lot of incentive for these guys to re-sign. It's not like it's not like they're re-signing to a team that's like fringe title holders.
They're
Right?
keeping their doors open.
Look, I see Van
could.
Dijk. Van Dijk will resign. In
I
my
see him
opinion.
re-signing.
I think the players. I think there's a strong case to be said. The players didn't want to make new contracts, but think about it. Change of era. They came for Klopp. Like they stayed for. They signed that original contract for Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah.
The changing to a less proven manager that wasn't even technically successful in his respective league, coming into the team. We had doubts. Clearly, we had doubts because we made all those videos about like, will they be as good this season without Klopp? So imagine a player's perspective. They don't want to get locked into another 8-year contract with a team that has a future that's blurry.
8-year contract, brother. Same baseball.
I'm just saying, like, I mean,
St. Joe's.
Five,
yeah, like
yeah.
Salah would realistically be like a 3-year, maybe
Yeah.
4-year max. But
The issue is that, I mean, what day are we now? We're the 22nd. 9 days from now, Trent Alexander-Arnold's gonna have a conversation with Real Madrid. No issue. No rules are broken.
True.
So you're leaving it so last second that let's say Real Madrid come in with a monster offer for Trent, he's gone for free.
Yeah,
you
it's
get
not-
$0 for one of the greatest right backs of all time.
You're losing your leverage.
Trent,
pretty much.
no, like Trent specifically, should 100% go because that's an uncontested
That's for
position.
one. No, that's for me. Trent should 100% stay.
Really?
He's a
Why?
kid from Liverpool, grew up a Liverpool fan. That's not a player that you see leaving your club. Mo Salah, I understand, bro. This brother's probably getting the most monstrous bag offered by Saudi. It should probably be illegal, the bag that he's offered by
Be the
Saudi
face
right
of it.
now. Oh,
He's got everything to be the face of it.
easily. And Saudi's probably looking at him like, oh, that's the perfect face of the project.
Well, will he run away from Europe like to go for a bag? God knows he has enough of a bag.
But, bro, the contract, I'm just going to put an estimate out there. He's probably getting offered over 150 mil a year, 150 million
Yeah.
Saudi.
Yeah.
It's crazy because if he ends up going to Saudi after a season like this, probably his best season ever for the Premier League, like projected right now. But that is a very big what if.
Yes.
That-
Not a what if. It's a statement signing by Saudi also.
Yeah, a statement, but it's also like a what if for Mo Salah's career.
Yeah.
I think. In
But
general.
Liverpool,
No.
it's because
Yes.
Liverpool.
He's confirmed to be one of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's like, how much more did he have in the tank? Ronaldo
Yeah.
going to Saudi, it was like, okay, well, you kind of knew it was near the end. Like he's just ending out his career. But Salah, the way he's playing, brother, he could be in the Premier League another 4 or 5 years if you want.
Liverpool's wage structure is so strict that a player like Salah, I remember, first of all, I think Salah makes right now 300K a week, which
he makes 20 mil pounds a season.
Which, I mean, listen, worth it.
But that's I'm gonna explain you Liverpool's wage structure. 384,000. Now, them and Man City use a wage structure that's very similar. They get paid a lot on performance bonuses. So
Well, he's hitting them.
yeah, he's
he's
hitting.
hitting
He's getting every performance bonus right now. But So like a Mo Salah, it would be very risky for him at this age to take a Liverpool contract heavily based on performance bonuses.
But you have leverage in a contract negotiation. You're Mohamed Salah.
Yeah, but once again, Liverpool's wage structure is set.
Yes, but all right,
There's a number right now. Liverpool's boardroom have a number set for Mo Salah that you can't go above this.
Okay, so then you lose like your best player.
Yeah, that's I personally think Salah's gonna be gone. That's my prediction right now. I think Salah's gonna be gone to Saudi League.
It just depends on is he ready to accept the bag but lose his European pedigree.
There's always a price.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
it's
less
weird.
150 million.
But he's
I've-
making
Yeah.
in US terms, not even Canadian, forget it. In US
30?
terms, he's making like 25 just off of his contract, he's making 25, 30 million a year.
Plus the
all of
endorsements.
his endorsements. He's clearing plus his investments, he's clearing 40 to 50 mil a year
Yeah.
most
Now
likely.
imagine you're offered a 5 times 150 mil by
Fair.
Saudi.
But if I like
Hard to not
personally,
accept that.
personally, I can't say because I'm not in that position and nowhere even close to that.
Yeah, don't worry.
I wish.
I never even looked at a million. But 40 to 50 million for how long has he been? He's been making that for maybe 5 years, I'd say, consistently, or like some less, some more. Brother, like you have a serious wealth of money.
Like you're comfortable regardless.
So I feel like you have that flexibility. You can just choose if you want to stay in Europe and just keep enjoying the being at the top level.
Let's say okay, let's just say a crazy scenario. Doesn't want to go to Saudi but wants to leave Liverpool. Where do you guys see
That's
like
interesting.
PSG?
No, he wouldn't
Imagine
do that.
Barca. I don't think he would ever. But
Oh,
Lamine Yamal,
Barca doesn't have
yeah.
the funds.
It's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense from Barca's POV either.
I think it needs to be an upgrade. Like you're looking at a Real Madrid.
There isn't a lot of but
But
where
Real
are you gonna play?
Madrid, yeah, even there, like
Rodrigo.
they already
Rodrigo
have too
leaves.
many cooks in the kitchen now.
I know,
I mean,
but you make space for Salah.
Juve,
That's the
we don't have
difference.
space. Conceição.
Milan, I don't think
Gonzalez.
we.
I mean, unless Salah wants to play wing
it's
back.
actually just Liverpool or Saudi. That's the only.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
No, Real Madrid.
No,
No, Real
No.
Madrid,
Yes.
bro. Real
you don't make
Madrid,
space.
Real Madrid don't like. We would have
You make
already
space
seen
for
those-
Salah.
Bro, you don't make
At
space
Real
for a
Madrid?
30-something-year-old. You don't make space
Who?
for.
You don't
Salah?
sell Rodrigo.
You
to
definitely
get
make
Salah.
space for Salah.
Bro, he's 30-something
Yes.
years old. You don't make space for that.
100%, bro.
He's
We're talking about the
he's
best player in the world
33
right
or
now.
34.
Yeah, for 2 more years, 3 more years.
What's
if he
crazy
accepts
is
a
that he's
contract like
33 or 34, but
32.
his brother, I think, has the best running stats of any attacker.
And he's getting
Did
you
more.
see how much he
He's
presses?
getting more and more jacked every season.
Yeah, he's in
And
the.
a
He has
better
the
hairline.
most insane physique. I'd argue the physique he has is actually better than Ronaldo's. I'm not even going to cap.
No,
I don't think.
I'm
I
not
don't
even
think-
gonna
talk
cap.
about men's
Physique,
bodies right now. but
I'm
it's like,
comfortable in my clothes, Millie.
I mean, I am too, but it's just like, goddamn. We're talking about abs now, abs and chest. I mean,
Brother,
CR7 's
Salah's
the
physique
face
is
of it,
crazy.
brother.
Anyways, we'll see how he's gonna post that Christmas picture. We're gonna see how he rebounds
Which
after
one,
that.
with the masseuse?
No, that was
that's
a
a different one?
different one. Every year he
With the
posts a
Versace robe?
Christmas tree.
he posts a Christmas tree picture every year around
Oh,
Christmas time,
and
and
he,
his form falls off a cliff. Supposedly, that's what the Liverpool
Interesting.
fans say. That's a theory that the
Well, no,
Liverpool
that's probably that's what
correlation.
Muslims say.
No,
'Cause it's
no.
the Muslims that always rip him in the comments of those videos because he's Muslim, but he puts up a Christmas tree.
I don't know the whole logistics of that, but
No, but that's why
I
people
think,
rip
I
him.
think it's.
that's
I don't know if it's a Muslim thing or it's a Liverpool. I don't know. I don't check who's commenting, but I think it's just a stigma that people have that as soon as that Christmas picture comes out, the form falls off a cliff.
We'll be keeping an eye. I just
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
I'll send him a follow request. Maybe he hits me back with a follow request.
You'll see me in the comments. All I'm
never
saying.
know. You never know.
But yeah,
Holy shit, we're still on Liverpool Spurs.
Yeah, that's a long talk.
Sorry if you're not a Liverpool or Spurs fan, but hope you enjoyed that talk.
There'll be timestamps.
We're talking about the best team in the world. Right
Exactly.
Now onto a more
Now. The worst team in the world.
yeah
Great transition.
great transition. We're actually moving all the way across England technically. United 0, Bournemouth 3.
Yeah, but do.
Different manager, different times, same Manchester United. That's the best way you can put it.
And
But did they
so
play well?
inherently wrong.
But did
And
they
the
play
same
well?
question.
Same result.
As long as they played well. it
Look,
doesn't
I'm not
matter,
going to
right?
say we played well.
There we go.
I think it was a 50-50 game that really didn't go
Really,
our
everyone
way.
played well. Ugarte played amazing.
It's in a 50-50.
Everyone played well.
It
We
was a
just
50-50.
lost.
Did you watch the game or
Yeah.
no? I think it was a 50-50 game.
I would disagree.
Ahmad finishes one of the 3 chances that he had, or Bruno finishes one of the 3 chances that we had, and it's a different game.
Bournemouth had a lot of chances too.
Bournemouth had 3 shots or 4 shots.
3-0 loss. Shameless.
Bournemouth were extremely clinical. Hands up to them. They were extremely clinical. They finished every chance that they got, basically. But, come on. Like, Manchester United, let's wake up here. We have a season to save here. And I like that Amorim is not adapting because
Not adapting.
No, because if
To
we,
what?
it's good that he's not adapting because old
Not like
managers.
Ten Hag did.
But not adapting to
Exactly.
what?
Ten Hag said, you know what, my football, let's forget about that. Let's play terrorismo ball and get the season back on track. No, these players need to learn that there's a way to play football that wins you trophies. This fighting to get fourth place or third place with an FA Cup is not Manchester United standards, and it's not what I'm gonna stand for.
Yeah,
Now,
but
Do you have the not make not
do you
make
have the
Europe
players
next year?
for it?
I'd rather lose, come to the end of the season, and he goes to the board and says, these players are not good enough, get me new players, and we get new players, and then we try again. And then we try again, and we try again until we have a set players. Because for me, Amorim has been, the football that I see, there's a blueprint there that is dominant level football. There's a blueprint. Now, we've allowed less than, and I don't want to go too statistical, less than 1 open play XG in all games except for 1, I think, under Amorim, which is a ridiculously good stat. Like, the defense that was under Ten Hag looked like we couldn't defend anything is now looking to be one of the best open play defenses in all of Europe. Then we get to set pieces. We'll get to set pieces later, though, which
A whole other conversation.
I don't understand how a team can actually be so bad at set pieces. It's like every set piece is a corner. It's
Yeah, but-
actually ridiculous.
Nowadays, every team is really profiting off these set pieces. You look at Arsenal.
trend.
It's a trend. Atalanta, like teams are using these set pieces to their advantage, obviously.
Oh yeah.
So you need a.
Oh, I'm not
Fix it.
saying. I agree. I'm a goal. Look,
Goal's a goal.
Yeah, but it's a
if it
goal.
was-
That's what
look,
I'm saying.
When Arsenal scored, I thought it was a fluke of a. Okay, Arsenal scored off a corner on us. It's
a trend.
Whatever. Corner goals don't count, brother. Them shits count. Let me tell you that.
Corner
right
goals
now.
do count.
Them
count for
yes,
one.
they do.
Them shits do count. I'm gonna tell you that. So I understand why we're so bad at set pieces because we've had 3 training sessions since Amorim came in, and let's just assume you gave a half an hour at the end of training to like you have an hour.
It's
and
not
a
because
half
you have a 5'5" center back or anything.
at the center. We have height in our team. We have today especially. We
But
had
he's an attitude.
We
It's
had
not just an
we had Xerxes. We had Delict. We have Maguire. We have
Xerxes-
height.
Xerxes cannot use his height.
Okay,
Xerxes
I agree.
was at fault for the
How
one
can
of the goals.
the
I'm not
first one, the
mistaken.
corner?
Yeah.
How can someone be 6'3"
And not win a
be
header?
so horrendous in the air?
Me.
He doesn't win a header.
Me, I'm horrible.
might
here,
actually
I'm
probably
better.
win more
You
headers.
might actually be
No,
better.
no, I'm
I'm
horrible
not even
here.
kidding.
Paula, I'm not kidding. You might
I
actually.
All that
can't
hair,
believe it.
all that hair, all that height, and he
I'm
can't win a
not-
header.
He got bodied.
Kidding.
He got bodied. I couldn't believe it.
He didn't even get bodied.
Brother, he just
jumped,
whiffed.
brother.
He whiffed. I don't know where
He
he thought the ball
jumped.
was going.
He swung his
Looked at his
legs
body to the side.
and then he would pop, pop.
There was a guy right in front of him that was obviously gonna head the ball. He still jumped and tried heading it when, brother, the ball is right there.
He was at least
I've
a
done that
foot and a half
I've
away.
done that a couple
Trying to
times.
go like this.
Yeah, with the eyes closed too.
He's like, I'm gonna leave here with some. I gotta show like I'm doing it.
It's not even just that. It's like he doesn't enjoy any contact. It's like, and if Xerxes learned how to
He's the jugador.
No,
He's there to ball out.
If Xerxes learned how to play with contact and adapt it to the league, and I'm not against selling him this summer or winter like he's linked to Juve.
Gonzo.
What?
No. Look, right now he's not even close to a good Premier League
You were
player.
hyping him up so much, bro.
the beginning of the
Preseason.
season?
I agree, but
Crazy.
Beginning of season
once
2.
again,
40 mil
plus
plus add-ons.
40 mils not that much. There's a blueprint. Like once again, Xerxes, there's a player there. It's just will he be able to adapt to accept contact and everything? We will yet to see that. But if he can do that, he's gonna be a top level player.
There's more a question. Why is he starting? Hoyland, which
Brother,
I don't even
Hoyland
rate
got
that-
locked up. Look,
which I-
Rasmus. Hoyland got locked up midweek by fucking Archie Gray playing center back.
Crazy work.
Fucking Archie Gray, a CDM 19-year-old little twig.
Respect
locked
Archie
up
Gray.
Rasmus Hoyland.
But he's supposed to be like.
We've been telling you, bro.
We spent 100 mil on strikers, and I don't know which one's worse.
We've been telling you.
Man, the Hoyland, the Xerxes one we kind of told you, bro.
The issue
Xerxes
is
we
that these
told you.
treacherous twins, this is how they work together, okay? I'm sure they'd speak in the locker room, and they're like, bro,
The Glocker room.
this is what we're this is what we're gonna do today, okay? And they do it every single time.
Sabotage.
We're not gonna score any goals.
Xerxes starts 60 minutes, drops the worst 60 minutes you'll ever watch in your fucking life. He fucking reeks. And then Xerxes comes off the bench for 30 minutes and says,
Hoyland comes off.
Pass the
you know
torch.
what? I'll actually be good for 30 minutes. Okay, yeah. Here you. Oh my God, I almost scored. Okay, we scored. Oh, okay, Xerxes, you're starting next game. Okay, so next
but
game they
don't
go in the,
score next game.
But then they go in the locker room. Xerxes, nice job. Okay, next time when I go off the bench, I'm gonna play well and you play like shit. So then next time Xerxes comes down, he's like, 60 minutes, I'm gonna drop the worse than you did, Erasmus, last game. So they're treacherous twins. They're battling for who can start worse,
They're
and then they come off the bench, play actually decent, and then it's okay. You get to start next game, and it's an endless cycle.
Like Rey Mysterio.
Endless
with,
cycle.
Tagging themselves. Tagging themselves. Like, yeah, I'm done. It's all you, boss.
And then yeah, I don't know what Man United striker situation is so. It's so confusing. Because I still believe that there's two players that you can develop, but that's not the right environment. No, it's not the right environment. You should have one player that's like set in stone, and then the other one developing, or you have one really good backup that's set in stone. Like it shouldn't be.
You need a vet and like a youngster, or you need to spend big on a striker. I think again, but on
like
a vet striker.
So which one would you sell?
Honestly, Xerxes right now, it's looking like the sell. He just doesn't fit the way that Amarin plays. He's not physical.
You're not
he's
making
not
your money.
No,
It's cut
But
price.
my issue with
that a new board
Xerxes is that
signing?
I could easily.
yes, you know.
New board sign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Horrible.
Once again, let me explain.
He gives me-
Xerxes, if he learns how to play physical,
I know,
he
but
will be.
I know, but when he came from Serie A, we told you how
Oh, I
specific
agree,
he
but
needs
if
to be in
Xerxes
his-
could play physical, brother, that's a 90 mil player. He's not a 40 mil
but I'm
player.
saying he's such a specific type of player. If you're already, and they were worried about Ten Hag this summer. They were already thinking about sacking him. Why get a specific technical
Good
player?
coaching, it doesn't is able to turn a Xerxes into a Benzema.
I'm gonna remember that.
No,
I agree.
I'm gonna remember.
you
that.
can't teach instincts. Like striker instincts. Like Hoyland, for example, is always late to the ball. Every run that he's making,
And he doesn't make the right run sometimes.
he
too.
didn't. That's something you can't teach. In my
I
opinion.
disagree because there's players who joined and didn't have striker instincts at first, and
Do you have an
who
example?
developed them.
Brother.
Isak early in his career when he was at Dortmund and
a
stuff.
lack of
Dortmund got
confidence,
so
though.
he was not rated at all when he was at Dortmund.
But then at Sociedad, he picked it up.
Yes,
you saw his
because
instincts.
you learn it. I'm not saying I do not need Erling Haaland up front for Manchester United. I just want someone who knows what they're doing.
So maybe a Xerxes loan.
No, I don't.
Xerxes loan.
But
Send
that's
him
what
out,
happens
send
when
him
you buy
out to the Premier League.
unproven or you buy one season players that have
Yeah.
just found success through one season. You need to go for it. You need to pay more for the strikers that are much more proven.
But then Bournemouth, let's just say, Evan Nielsen played way better than Hoyland
Evan
and
Nielsen is-
Xerxes.
Evan Nielsen
and
is-
that brother just got bought for what, 50 mil this summer? So he's 25.
I know, but he's at Bournemouth. He's not a Manchester
Evan Nielsen's
United.
a very good player.
I know, but he's not at Manchester United. There's a pressure that comes with playing at Manchester United.
Isak got bought by how much from Real Sociedad? From
30?
Newcastle? No, 60 mil,
Could be. I don't remember.
70 mil,
really
something like that. But
It's a big fee though.
yeah, but still,
was?
that's a. Isak is a player that can dribble, he can shoot, he can link up play. He has every single
got the
attribute you
package.
want from a striker. Look, it wouldn't be the way I would use to allocate the resources this summer, but I would honestly not mind if we sold one of the strikers and just went all out for Isak, spend 100-something.
Last week Gyökeres, this week Isak, next week
But then-
Duran. Week was the week after.
You're still missing the wing back. The wing back
Yeah.
situation is
Oh,
not
both
solved.
wing backs need to get the fuck out of my club.
Reeks.
Oh, it reeks.
Wait, who?
Absolutely.
Dallo and Mazraoui?
What do you do with
Or who's the
Mazraoui?
other?
Mazraoui's a right center back.
Yeah, okay.
Dallo
End.
Dallo in a
Malacia
back
played today.
five, actually, I want to claw my eyes out. Like, I actually might take
Elite, by the way.
no,
call them
He
Elite.
leaked in a four back. If DeMarco played four back, we'd be having
He did.
real conversation.
No,
Apparently, he plays at the Euros where he played a winger
left
from the
winger.
Bulgarian 7th division.
Still play good.
It's very different when you're coming up against
Bulgaria
Mo
was not
Salah
there.
and shit, okay? But in a four back, Dallo, good player. That's why you see him linked to a Real Madrid. You see him linked to good clubs. And I'm not saying Real Madrid are going to bid for him. I'm saying there's
There's
clubs,
just talk.
There's good.
Yeah.
There's good clubs that want him to play in four back. Five back, don't ever touch the field again, my brother, please.
So he's just not smart
Save
enough
us,
to play a five.
save us. I honestly think this is from me watching, and Amarim might have a different way of thinking. I'm not Ruben
call him
Amarim,
out.
and he's been coaching that way a lot different. And no, it's not. It's not even just a coach. It's more like you're gonna see after the summer who he brings in and stuff. Those wing backs need to be more wingers than they do need to be
Center
fullback.
winger,
Well, that's why he plays Ahmad sometimes on the right wing back.
and it works a lot
Yeah,
better when he
yeah.
plays Ahmad on the right
But
wing.
you always
back.
play one wing back. Only one wing back is offensive at a time.
That's not how Amarim plays,
If Ahmad is the offensive wing back,
bro. He had Quenda, and he had the left wing back was also attacking at Sporting. So it's not like it's
it drops
more.
into a 4-back in attack, with the wing back of the ball side moving upwards.
No, I don't think you watch, but it's okay.
No, I don't think you
No,
watch.
but it's
Brother, you're not attacking with two wing backs,
We
two
are.
overlapping wing. You're not. I watch you. You're not, brother. It's not happening.
okay.
It's just not
we're
happening.
not going to get into this conversation because this could last.
Anyway,
forever.
I'm still on my hater shit about Amarim because
And Malacia is one of the worst footballers I've ever watched
yes.
in my life. I
Crazy. That's
but-
crazy. You guys started Malacia in this game.
Amarim missed on his starting lineup. On his subs wasn't strong, and you can say that your team is shit, that you need better player quality, and I agreed to that too before Amarim even came in. But I'm sorry, you still have the player quality to beat Bournemouth, brother. Nottingham Forest is 5th in your league with player quality worse than Manchester United right now. You can get results with the team you have, and look, at the beginning it was okay because we said give Amarim some time. It's fair. I mean, he only had a few weeks with the players, but now it gets to the point where you should not be losing 3-0 to Bournemouth. Like, I know he wants to stick to his tactics, and that's fine. But those tactics with those players, you still have good players on your team. Bruno still exists. All these other players still exist. You should be getting results. The bar should not be, let's wait for the summer to get a whole new team. He currently has the team to get results versus teams
Okay.
like Bournemouth. You can lose versus Arsenal and Liverpool.
I'll
I'll
keep it close.
Okay.
Yeah. No, actually, sorry, Varvar. I'm cutting you off. I want to hear what you guys think, because Varvar, you've been
Go.
giving your opinion.
For this game specifically, I think United came into it like completely underestimating Bournemouth because Bournemouth this season has been a very, very good side, and were there mental mistakes? I think a lot of those goals were individual mistakes. It wasn't systematic. Like you guys didn't concede because of the system in a lot of times. It was like individual errors or just like getting beat off the ball. That like that's a player issue, but I do think that Amarim needs to understand his players. Give him time. He needs to understand them a lot more. Like he should understand that Dalot in a 5-back should not be an option. It
But there's
shouldn't
no-
be.
I
There's
will.
not
I
much
will
that you can
address
do.
all
But
of
Millie,
these allegations.
I
after.
agree because like Varvar's stat is right about not conceding too much open play XG.
Yeah.
Which is good. That means their defense is working. That means their system
Yes.
is working defensively.
Yes.
But you didn't score a goal.
That's the thing.
You can't
But
win if you don't score a goal.
We created 2 XG though, but yeah.
Okay.
They were
when I say
close.
that about Juventus, when we tied
you watched
0-0,
the game, how many of those Ahmad and Bruno cutbacks should have been a goal? At least one. At least one.
Okay, so
At
Juventus
least one.
generates an XG, but it's a 0-0 game. But I mean, you didn't score. But United should have scored.
I promise.
Anyway, you're
you
falling
on
into the
on a per
the-
game basis. We could, whatever. I don't. I'm going too much advanced stats. I don't
Firms, what do you
care.
think?
Listen,
Do you think Amarim should be winning these type of games?
Oh, of course, but you're Manchester
No.
United.
You
You're
can't. Of
Manchester-
course. Like the
In
thing
all
is that-
context, then no, because it's a
Why are you
process.
giving them a pillow? Why are you like cuddling them?
Because I don't think you should be going into a game like Bournemouth and saying, yeah, United should
Bro,
destroy them.
Maguire has seen
or
how many
win them.
coaches? 5?
Yeah.
Like
Maguire's
that's
not
a
the issue.
No, I
Maguire's
know, but that's a
definitely not the
big
issue.
problem that there's players in this team that have seen multiple coaches under their career in Manchester United. Like there needs a
What
point.
does that mean?
Well, like Nottingham Forest last year, they were 17th.
Bro, Bournemouth is probably...
Nuno Espirito Santo came in, gave them a complete new ideology.
Yeah, but Nuno was there last season also at one point.
Yeah, but now they actually put things in
Yeah, but
place.
Nuno had the end of the year.
Yeah.
Plus the summer, and then now you see the fruits of his work.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying for Amarim also. You need
Yeah.
to give him the rest of the year, summer, and then he's gonna be able. Because right now,
But who did he have when he started, Nuno? He didn't have a $60 million goalie. He didn't have a
Yeah, but
$60
he
million
didn't- he
pound
didn't have-
midfielder.
like-
But
look at
Nottingham
his team
Forest
now.
sold half of their team.
yeah, but
Remember?
look at his team now. He didn't have Milenkovic. He didn't have which other players did he not have?
I know.
He
What
wasn't
I'm-
playing
Murillo?
Wood as much
I'm saying
last
his
year.
team was shit when he received it.
It's almost the same team that he has right now.
I
He
think
had Elanga. He had Gibbs White. He had the only player he
Didn't
didn't
have
have is
Hudson-Odoi?
Elliot. And he had Hudson-Odoi.
No, he didn't.
Bro, Hudson-Odoi has been at Nottingham Forest for years.
Hudson-Odoi's been a bench warmer until this season.
Nuno was there last season,
He wasn't playing. He wasn't starting. This season is his best season. It's his only season that he's starting every game.
but he's not starting every game. But
He is.
I just think that you're giving a lot of weight to. I know summers are important, but you shouldn't brush off these performances.
Oh, I agree.
the summer.
But what are you
listen,
gonna do?
blame it on
Sack,
the summer.
what are you gonna do? Sack
No,
Amarim?
but what
Not sack.
listen, what Amarim's doing right now, and you say it's player selection. It's not player selection. He's giving. Yeah, but if you have to listen to his press conferences. He's a player. He's a player's coach. So when he came into the club, we play so often in this Christmas period. We don't have training sessions, so he doesn't get a look of these players in training. You got 3 training sessions so far under his tenure, or some shit. He only had 3 training sessions.
It's not possible.
It's very
In
possible.
in 4 weeks, he's only had 3
We
training
play
sessions.
every 3 days.
You train.
We don't. It's recovery, and then it's tactical work. It's not.
So it's still training.
It's tactical work. It's not like actual training. You tell them do
What is
this on
training?
game day. You select an 11. You show them do this on game day.
I'm sure he's done that.
Okay. He's using the games. He's rotating to give everyone a chance so that in the summer he can definitely, like a player like Anthony. Okay, he terrible time under Ten Hag, but it would have been very easy for Annie. Would have faced no flack at all from him coming in and getting no play time under Amarim, and then just loaning him in the summer, and then whatever, he fades off into irrelevancy. Amarim came into the club and said, I'm going to give everyone an equal opportunity. Even you, Anthony, you will get the opportunity to play game time.
As a coach should.
Yeah, I agree. Because then in the summer, Anthony can't go, well, I didn't even get the opportunity to play under this coach. Like he doesn't even know if I play good or not. So he's giving everyone an opportunity. Malacia is going to be gone in the summer, bro. He's never going to start another game for Manchester United after this season.
Why play him?
Because he's giving everyone an opportunity to prove themselves under him. There's also
So giving
just
Johnny
no
Evans a
left
chance.
wing back in our team. There's just none.
That's also a problem.
You guys have definitely a lot of holes to fill for this team.
I don't see that many holes.
But holes in the sense of like either reinforcement, backup, a little upgrade here. Something where like you want Amarim to be more confident with the team that he has. I really don't think he's confident with the team that he has right now.
I agree, but he shouldn't be.
Why not? You have a
Players are not good.
brother, Bruno Fernandes. Whatever you would say, maybe 100 million to sell. He's an 80 million euro midfielder. Kobe Mainoo, you consider him a 100 million euro midfielder.
Played like shit today.
But I'm saying Garnacho, that's still a high. It's above average winger in the Premier League. Amad Diallo, you consider him one of the best youngsters in the league. There's enough quality there.
You just named 4 players.
4. You
There's
start
11 players
you say
on the
Onana, You
pitch.
said Onana is the best goalie in the
Onana
world
is-
this season.
Onana is a good. I mean, after that one performance, he maybe not the best goalie in the world, but he's a top 5 goalie in the world.
There you go. It's like you have you're like all
Yes,
these
but
players.
once again, I can look at our team and say 6 positions
Need to be fixed.
No, I would say 5 plus the entire. Like I'm saying, 6 players in our team deserve to stay here after the summer. Like you could actually 6. I would say 6 players I would not be okay with selling, and the 6 players are Onana, Euro, one of De Ligt or Maguire. I don't care which one you keep. To be honest, I think they're both equal level, and they can both.
keep
One of them
Maguire
can
more.
stay.
Maguire more? Maguire.
Bruno,
Maguire.
Ugarte, Mainoo, and Ahmad. 7. That's 7 players. Actually, no, because Maguire and De Ligt count as 1. But everyone else can get they can sell them, no issue, and I have no issue.
No Garnacho?
Garnacho can be sold. I have no issue.
Is she Lisandro?
Obviously, you have to get. No, I didn't say Lisandro. Because Lisandro starting to
Conversations.
piss me off.
I also have a video. I also have a video
was rough. That
where
third goal
Varver
was
said
rough.
Lisandro's the best center
After
back
he
in the
came
world.
back from his injury, he lost a lot, and he looks. I don't know. Maybe I'm
looks
tripping. He looks overweight right now.
He's very slow. He's very
It's
slow.
not even a joke.
He looks like
he looks
got that
overweight right now.
That Lautaro
Well,
15 pounds.
there you
Yes,
in the same, the same
legitimately, he looks like he was so slim when he joined, and it was like he could turn so easily out of pressure, and now he looks like a bus.
That Argentinian barbecue, bro.
I don't
They
understand.
go too crazy with that.
It's also
God
I don't
damn.
know.
Correa invited. Lautaro
I
invited.
miss skinny Lautaro.
But other than those 6 players, everyone else can be sold for value. Obviously, I'm not gonna. If we get scammed on a deal, we can get scammed on a deal. It's not a.
That actually does lead to something that we haven't mentioned whatsoever. Rumors are emerging. Marcus Rashford might be departing Manchester United this summer. Where does he go?
Yeah, Saudi. The only
to
answer
Saudi?
possible.
No.
Is there a club that Marcus Rashford can have a remontada at? I think there might exist some sort of club.
He's not at the level of a top club in Europe right now. in my
You think
opinion.
you think-
Arsenal would take him easy. I mean, you're not going to start Martinelli over him.
So I don't know if Rashford would.
nice try, Vavra, but not working?
I'm not even kidding.
Me neither.
Okay.
I don't know about a Premier League team, like a top Premier League team. It's very, very tough because you have to imagine he's on a very high wages at Manchester United. He's gonna have to take a very serious pay cut if he wants to play.
After seeing Sancho, Manchester United are not going to sell to another Premier League club.
I'm thinking Italy. Italy, like a lower league table team,
Napoli?
like
No.
Napoli, Roma.
No.
Not the big dogs.
Marcus Rashford would not.
But an Atalanta where players are renowned to come back from their past form.
David Ornstein said he wants to go to Spain. That's his number one location.
Well, Barcelona.
Because of
Nobody
the
would want
partying,
him.
bro.
Barcelona. So
Mallorca.
David Ornstein said in the past, well, I actually said this week, that supposedly behind doors, closed doors like 2-3 years ago, a Barcelona transfer for Marcus Rashford was very close. And supposedly,
Marcus Rashford at Barcelona in 2025.
I'm not saying now.
Would be a comical event.
I'm
Seeing
just
Marcus
saying,
Rashford in a Barca
2-3
kit.
years ago, it was super close.
What he needs is consistent play time, and at Barcelona, I don't
Yep.
think he gets that. You have Rafinha, you have Lamine Yamal. There's no way he
I
plays.
don't
I'd say-
think now it's open, but
PSG. I don't think there's a spot for. I don't think there's a starting spot for him at PSG.
I do see the Italy shout, but
He
But
lives, lives a good life.
It's more for Marcus. I mean, like for Rashford going to Paris versus going to Bergamo.
yeah, but even
Atalanta's
Juve,
not playing his wages. Why the fuck are we
Yeah.
speaking about Atalanta?
I'm just saying, like a
Like a Roma.
no, Roma wouldn't pay his. There's no ambition.
I feel
right
like
now.
Roma's paying
But there's no
Dybala's wages.
ambition. There's no ambition from Roma. Like if you're Marcus Rashford,
Why
you're
Rashford has
looking at-
ambition now?
You're looking, yeah, but you're looking at Roma. You're saying like, okay, marketability wise, like it's not really high up there. Competitive wise, like you're really not in the title for. You're not in the run for a Scudetto. You're not in the run for any major trophy. Unfortunately, that's just
You're
the
talking
reality.
about Roma.
I'm talking about Roma.
But if Roma,
That's not even
that
a
means-
conversation.
Yeah, that means
It's
Roma
not.
didn't learn from their mistakes.
Exactly.
The only teams you would consider joining in Italy are Juve, Milan,
or
Inter,
Inter.
or Napoli. I would even Napoli maybe because of McTominay. That's the only reason.
Lukaku too.
I don't even know if he's friends with Lukaku, but sure.
They weren't at the same. Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
they played
were
at the
there
same
at
time.
but that doesn't mean they're friends. But yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Spain's gonna be very.
Yeah, I
very
do. How the fuck am I supposed to know if they know each other?
Spain's gonna be really tough for him unless he goes to
Atletico Madrid.
He just wants to go to Shagaloof, bruv.
Mallorca, baby.
Ibiza.
Ibiza.
Chiqui Girona.
No,
They got
only-
the money for it.
they don't have the money for it.
Yeah.
Just
but
sell a
that's-
hotel to City. Just
Yeah.
swap money. City Group.
Barcelona,
I don't see
not gonna happen, but would be interesting. Real Madrid not gonna happen. Atletico Madrid, I could
No.
actually see as a legit.
That's actually the last location on earth I picture Marcus Rashford. Bro,
Madrid?
who would want Marcus Rashford?
a lot of teams.
But there's
if
no
he weren't
upside.
making as much money, he would be making.
It's expensive wages. It's a risk of a player that just
That's like, saying who would want Dusan Vlahovic. You're right. Just no, but it's
But
legit.
Vlahovic
Like
No.
mentality, like Marcus
Mentalidad.
Rashford,
Yes.
unfortunately, is way more of a.
now,
I don't want to
It's a
say
long-
Yeah,
loose
but
cannon.
off.
At the same
Switched
time,
off now.
you could have said the same thing about Sancho, and yet that Chelsea's working out right now. So
But
there's
but
always
he had
an
the Dortmund.
environment.
But
we
Dortmund
said
proved
this
that he
last
could get his
year.
head back on his
No,
shoulders.
Dortmund, he wasn't even that good at Dortmund.
I know, but he had his
sure.
head on his
Sancho?
shoulders. He didn't cause
Sancho was
drama.
not that good at Dortmund alone.
The
Oh,
second time.
okay.
But there's obviously
low-key
it's like he wasn't that good.
But he
wasn't-
was Champions League
He's better
final.
at Chelsea
Yeah, but
now than he was at
he
Dortmund.
proved that he can still play the game and not cause problems off the pitch.
Yes.
Rashford that has not had that buffer, that middle ground of like
I think him moving out of England, and I'm sure being a massive footballer in England is a different lifestyle than let's say like if he moves to a country where he doesn't know the environment and all that, it might give him an extra bolt of. I'm sure he's just tired, bro.
But it's even a different play style. Like you're
five
playing in.
coaches down in Manchester,
Yeah.
like it must be tired.
Bro, in England, in Italy, the brother will not get any respect from Italian fans. Like
Why are you saying that?
That's
no,
fake.
because
Yeah.
he just like he wouldn't like in public and stuff. Like it would be a complete change of lifestyle for a player to go from being recognized everywhere you go to being
I
think
promise
he'd be
you, if
very
you joined
recognized.
Yeah,
Inter
no.
Milan or
He gets loved way more.
no.
Yes.
No.
Just look at
Then
McTominay.
England.
McTominay was low-key hated at Manchester United when
Yeah,
he left.
now he's a god
Napoli's
in
a
Napoli.
goat.
No.
He,
calm down.
bro,
Crazy.
at Napoli they love him.
Yeah, they love
Yeah,
him.
but why? Because he's been
not
playing
like-
well.
No, because they see this foreigner coming into Italy. Oh, he played at Manchester United. He might be good. Napoli fans are not watching Manchester United games. They don't know how good Rashford really is right now.
I don't know. Rashford's a bigger name than Scott McTominay. That's for sure.
He's a global
Yeah.
superstar.
but he's also like people now know him as a global failure.
So why not maybe make the jump to
To
MLS?
you.
No,
I think he still got it in Europe.
Bro, he's obviously, this is not, first of all, I said Saudi. He's not going to move to Saudi because he has too much ambition to play in Saudi right now. First of all, he's
he
going
gets
to,
that bag.
he's going to
So
do
going
a,
to
he's
Saudi.
going to do a Sancho. He's going to do a Sancho. He's going to take a pay cut and join probably. I still think Arsenal would be interested because there's, once again, you disagree heavily. There's a gap between Martinelli and Marcus Rashford.
When?
There's
when
a
was,
severe
when,
gap.
When? In 2, 3, 4 seasons ago? Yes. But when?
Two seasons ago.
When's the last time that Marcus Rashford proved he can play better than
So
Martinelli? over a full
sign
season?
Sterling. Let's sign Sterling, buddy. But Marcus Rashford, that's where we draw the line. Sterling making 350K a
He's not
week or
making
300K a
350K.
week.
He's not.
He is.
They're paying half his weight. No,
How much is he making? 350?
he's not making 350.
What about
just isn't.
what about a Bayern Munich? Someone that's
No, German.
Olise is there.
Yeah.
yeah, but you still could get a decent amount
Musiala.
of playing time. Like
Bro, what a
the
stupid
players are
risk.
there.
Harry Kane.
What a stupid risk.
Yeah, but
Marcus
Bayern,
Rashford.
Bayern has signed Premier League players recently last 2 years. They've signed Dyer, they've signed Olise.
That's true, yeah.
They have a lot of players that Marcus Rashford's familiar with, and he's on a team that is still competing for at least a domestic title and is in the run for Champions League. Could be an option for him.
Sterling,
Very true.
£100,000 a week covered by Arsenal. So who's to say that? Okay, but who's to say that they don't do the same exact structure next year for Marcus Rashford?
See you in Milano, bro.
Bro, I can't
Back
wait.
up for Leao. Who says no?
Number 74, Rashford Inter kit.
You would take that, bro.
Coming straight
Revival in Italy.
Anyway, yeah. So what are the conclusion of the teams that he could possibly go? Listen, what's a price for Marcus Rashford? That's a bigger question. Anything over
50 mil.
I was gonna say anything over 50, you're
crazy.
I laugh at that offer. But
Could be a loan plus option.
50 is expensive.
The issue is not the transfer fee, it's the wages.
He has
The
to make a pay
wages
cut.
is the issue.
Has Marcus looked in the mirror recently? He's no longer a 350K.
Sure,
a
but
week
when you have a
player.
contract till 2028 on 350K a week, then it's different.
Well,
There's no reason for him to cut it.
wait, he has a contract till 2021.
He just signed last year a new contract.
Okay, so perfect. Then you can
Yeah,
just,
but do.
United keep paying like 1/3 of his wage.
Yeah,
and
but
it
then
cuts it.
United have to accept that too.
I mean,
You have no
he
choice at
rots
this
at
point.
United or Amarim, and the board's gonna have to make that decision. God damn, I feel like we spoke a lot about these two things, but there was a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
There's lots to talk about.
It's very relevant
It's
stuff.
been
Now let's go to the relevant teams. What's
Yeah.
next?
This is gonna be quick.
AC Milan. Who do they play? AC Milan this weekend?
Hellas Verona 1-0 win, dominant.
Okay.
Dominant. Dominant. I
No, we're
remember
not-
you say. I remember you
We're
saying.
not talking about
We're
Milan
not talking
right now.
about Milan right now.
I know,
not
but I
talking
remember you saying, "Bro, if Hellas tie this game, it's Fonseca out."
Not if they tie, if they lose, yes.
We were going
But
0-0
tie
at
tie
halftime.
is very bad, though. Like Hellas
Anyways.
Verona, you guys scored 5 goals on them.
I'm be real. No one gives a fuck. Let's
Yeah.
move on.
No one gives a fuck.
Nobody gives a fuck
Our-
about Man United. Yeah, we talked 30 minutes about them.
Our
We'll keep it up,
next topic, very relevant stuff. Arsenal beat Crystal Palace twice in the same week and put up generational stats both times. We found Palace's kryptonite because Crystal Palace looked defensively solid for like
They've been
a
defensive.
majority of this season, and for some reason Arsenal can break down certain teams, but Crystal Palace, it works. And Gabriel Jesus has risen once again.
So, bro, I saw that. I saw that
Damn.
notification. Jesus has risen.
I didn't.
I got a notification like that said Jesus has risen, and it's like getting formed right before Christmas. I'm like, okay, calm it down.
I saw the gay.
Gay loves Jesus. So
Gay
much
loves
that he allowed 5
Yeah.
goals in 3 days.
Yeah, but
That's actually funny.
and like everything with Arsenal, the good comes with the bad. Right after 2 dominant wins, we go look at Saka getting what seems like a serious injury, leaving the stadium on crutches. We were debating on like how deep it could be. Varver's saying if he's leaving on crutches and it's a hamstring. I mean, we're no physios, but like you're looking at February coming back and mid to late February minimum.
Hamstrings injuries, and I don't know, maybe that Arsenal juice is different. Hamstring injuries are minimum a month. So that's what normal hamstring injuries are. I don't know. Your team barely has any injuries for some reason, so you can't even.
Well, no, we rest our players.
Okay.
These players don't even run. They just pass.
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah. So
Di Marco goal.
for you, yeah.
Barella missing the Como game because injury and the resting.
What are
Hey,
your
maybe-
pinky toe or something?
Maybe he's having another kid or something.
Yeah.
Probably.
I've never
But
seen Thuram
His
injured.
vacation before the new year.
Hamstring injuries are known for a month plus. I mean, just look at it's Mason Mount that has recurring hamstring injuries. Every single time he gets injured, it's a hamstring injury. It's a month every single time. Every single time, it's a month.
So what we're saying here, with the Saka injury, is Arsenal's attack garbage now?
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd put it like that. That's a little bit.
That's exactly how I would have put it.
No,
when
not
they're the
necessarily.
main focal, when Saka is the main focal point for Arsenal's attack, and then you lose him, it's very tough to look at that team now and say how are they going to produce.
We said that
goals.
about Odegaard.
But I'm sorry, if you're relying on Gabriel Jesus to score 2 goals here, 3 goals there, it ain't gonna work out for a while.
Odegaard did nothing in an everybody eats game. Just let that sink in.
He didn't do nothing.
He did nothing.
He didn't do nothing. He got no points for you in FPL. I don't know if you have him in FPL, but he got no points in FPL, but he was still very, very useful in the match.
And let's talk about Martinelli. What is he doing?
Martinelli had a great game.
He good. He played good.
Brother didn't watch the game, just talking about it.
Decent. But you know,
Switched him onto the right side, and on the right side, looks like the most direct winger Arsenal have had.
So then, low-key, maybe you play him right wing.
So, is that a miss to Saka?
No,
Play
he
him right
will-
wing,
he
and then
will-
who do
he
you
will
play
right
left wing?
Trossard.
Yeah, but then,
Trossard plays left wing.
yeah, I know. But then after Trossard,
Trossard?
you really don't have.
Makes it sound so much better, bro.
But then after Trossard, there's really no one else there. That's
How many
the
wingers
problem.
you gonna
With
play?
Trossard,
You gonna play
bro.
3 wingers?
No, but I'm just saying, like, you get another injury there, brother. It's going to be an issue.
But it's not
Whenever
about-
anybody talks about Arsenal on this podcast, it's always the stupidest scenario. Oh, but what if your 8th string left back gets injured? Like it's always the
just saying.
stupidest scenarios.
So let's
So you
There's
make
an
it work.
injury.
You
It's
make
a
it
month.
work.
It's a month of
You
an
make it
injury.
work.
let's put it like this.
We're
then.
playing versus Ipswich, dog shit, and
Yeah,
maybe
you
a
have
Manchester
easy
United. in
fixtures.
there.
You have easy fixtures.
So let's put it like this: you got Trossard, Havertz, and Martinelli. Does that compete with Chelsea? Does that compete with Liverpool?
But we're not playing with Chelsea. We're not playing versus Chelsea or Liverpool.
Are you not competing for the title anymore?
Saka got a career-ending injury. I didn't know.
But for a month, if you lose those games in a month, you're
We're
gonna
playing
slip
versus
away.
Ipswich, Brentford, Brighton, and Newcastle
Brentford away, Brentford home.
But is that front three good enough
to beat
win
Ipswich.
those games?
Should be. If it isn't, then
Should
there's.
be.
If it isn't, then there's.
I'm
bigger
just asking the
problems.
questions here, brother.
Saka's a very, very big loss. Let's not get it twisted.
Massive loss. He's been the best player this
The
season.
form, and don't forget, he's their corner taker, which is the only way they score goals.
No,
now.
Declan Rice takes you from the other
We've
side.
seen
but
the
yeah,
heat
Cook.
maps.
We've seen them. Heat
Declan
maps.
Rice has-
We've seen those heat maps, Bukayo.
That right
Versus
corner
United.
flag is a little hot. A little hot on those days.
Versus United, Declan Rice is the one that swung it in on the second.
Oh,
I mean, I guess you got someone there then.
still safe.
congrats! You beat 13th place.
I'm just saying.
Gabriel hat trick.
I mean, listen, Ipswich shouldn't be an issue, but I don't think you could go into those games and say, yeah, they should be clear cut. It's gonna be
Oh, no,
it's
they-
gonna be a dogfight. It's gonna be a dogfight. You have
No,
to
it's not.
you have to understand if-
Ipswich.
Yes, I understand, but the thing is that you have to also score to win. So if you're relying on a Jesus, you're relying on a in form, I guess Martinelli on that right wing. He found his place, I guess, and then you're relying
Bro,
on
your
Trossard.
front three. Your front
Brother.
three is playing versus Delap, Omari Hutchinson, and Ugats.
Delap walks into Arsenal starting 11. Not even kidding.
Not
Rage
full
bait.
health. Not full health.
Crazy.
Not for
Not full
But
health.
the way that Arsenal have been so insanely reliant on Bukayo Saka this year, it's really going to show in the next couple of weeks if Arsenal are a
I would
team or a one-man team. Because you could see Lamine Yamal, when Lamine Yamal went down for Barcelona, brother, team went down the gutter. Let's see if that's the same for Arsenal.
That's I don't know. They're still creating chances though.
Oh, but Barca,
Yeah, but they ain't winning.
my baby,
They're not
Barca.
winning, yeah.
They ain't
Brother, it's the
winning.
exact same situation. They have a zero. They have a
Arsenal
0%
doesn't
win rate.
even-
They have a
how many
0%
open
win rate without
Brother,
Lamine Yamal.
how many open play
They have a
XG does
zero-
Arsenal create
they-
every game?
Brother, you told me this,
Ugats.
that. They've won zero
They have
games
zero
when
open
when
play
Yamal
XG
doesn't
when
play.
Saka
My job-
Say that
doesn't
again.
play.
Say that false stat again.
They don't score when Saka's not there.
Oh, well, what statistic do you have to prove this?
They have more XG on corner and set pieces than they do in open play. That is not a sustainable
So when you-
team.
when you score
that
a
team is not
corner-
competing for Uga.
When you score a corner, do they give you 0.5?
Yes, that's how it works.
They give you 0.5 goals.
That's how it works.
Oh, okay. Scoreboard, by the way. Scoreboard.
Rage bait.
Scoreboard.
What
Go
were
for
you
it.
guys talking about again? Sorry. Apologies.
I said our Arsenal one-man team, and I grabbed my water bottle and
Come to
started
the
drinking.
day.
You
Have a
guys
nice
are yelling
coffee.
at each other.
Oh boy.
Delegated
No,
it.
because Firms is so biased with Arsenal
I
for
could
some
give two
reason.
fucks about Arsenal, bro.
Bro,
They're
but it's not
actually
about
irrelevant.
that. But it's
And
not
you
about
threw it
that.
Chelsea
Barca.
bigger team. Wanka. Oh, Hank.
And you threw in the Barca, sprinkled in a little Barca too. Woo-wee! Woo-wee!
Listen, I know my alliances.
No, because you baby Barca for no
Yeah,
reason.
baby. I
You-
can admit that they've been shit these past games. You
but
can't
it's not
admit
about
that.
that. You
Arsenal.
baby.
No,
Oh,
look,
Arsenal
I'll
been
admit,
shit.
I'll admit,
Arsenal
Arsenal
needs
fucking
Saka.
smoked
Arsenal
Crystal
been
Palace
decent.
twice. Arsenal
Yeah,
have
but
been
they're shit.
decent the last couple
Bro,
weeks.
Arsenal
Yeah.
been fucking
I didn't
good.
say I didn't finish it. I said Arsenal without Saka might be shittier.
Oh, you know
Well, yeah.
what you were about to say was I can say Barca's
Fell for the
been,
rage
I can
bait.
say Barca's been shit, But you can't admit Arsenal and
Yeah,
you finish
exactly.
and then you stop your sentence.
Exactly.
Because you know that Arsenal hasn't been shit.
But Saka,
So
without
what should I-
Saka,
what
we'll
should I
see
be
now.
admitting?
We'll see. If Arsenal now loses Saka for a month,
Okay.
are they going to be better? No.
They're not
Well,
gonna
no.
be better.
Look, I'm not
Bro,
gonna
if the
let
fucking sun comes up, is it gonna be sunny? Yeah, it's gonna be fucking sunny.
It's a good point, Paula.
Talking to a
It's a good
clown,
point,
bro, a
Paula.
real clown. You should get the red nose.
Add that to the intro right there.
I'm not gonna let this game go by, and we're not gonna speak about Lewis Skelly at left back because I think he's 18 years old now, and he's been dropping massive.
And he's already better than Theo Hernandez.
Oh, that's a big rage bait.
But
Well, Theo Hernandez doesn't play, so actually he is better than Theo Hernandez.
this 18-year-old is walking into Arsenal starting 11 and displacing senior players like you would
Calafiori
have probably said Calafiori deserves a start. Didn't get it because
played.
Lewis Skelly.
Was all right.
Yeah, he played.
It was all right.
And then Zinchenko started over him. Like
You
want
Lewis
Zinchenko to
Skelly?
start?
No, I don't. But for Arteta, look at Nwaneri. Very easily could have gotten substitute minutes when it's 5-1 up, and you give the 17-year-old generational wonder kid some minutes.
Give him 5 minutes in the EFL Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all yours.
Carabao, you want the 90?
So,
It's all
so
yours.
for
90
Arteta
plus
for Arteta to start him, that's a big thing for him.
Big vote of confidence from.
I mean, it's different when you're starting a midfielder versus a fullback.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Arteta last year had the least amount of minutes given to a teenager in the Premier League.
Very possible.
They have no
I have no
teenagers
clue.
in their team, if you think about it.
Okay. Which
Just
teenagers?
Nwaneri?
Which teenagers on like?
Last year, Garnacho was a teenager. Mainu's a teenager.
Am I Diallo technically?
Yeah. So
Euro?
Teenager is
teams
crazy.
have teenagers. That's youth, bro. You
So
just
what,
weren't
Arsenal
promoting
is
these-
it producing?
like Liverpool? I don't think they played any teenagers.
Bradley?
Harvey Elliott was Harvey Elliott still considered a teenager last year? I think he's
still
still
young.
I think he's still Mainu's age. But Connor Bradley, teenager, like
Last season?
Yeah, but those are some minutes. I'm pretty sure Arsenal had almost
Curtis
0
Jones?
last year.
How old is Curtis Jones?
I know he's a
21?
bit older. I think he's like 22, something like that. But he's been having
But Ethan
crazy
Nwaneri's
seasons
17. That's the difference. Like why rush him in at 17? That's a little bit crazy.
because he's ready for.
He's
It's not
He
easy.
doesn't,
It's
he
not
doesn't
easy,
play.
He's got the
He
chops.
doesn't play in the academy anymore. He's a full-time
First teamer.
I know,
First teamer.
but slow integration, bro. 17 years old. Like he's already committed to the team. It's not like you're gonna worry about him leaving.
It's probably like
You're up
Arteta's
5-1.
telling- Yeah. But Arteta's probably telling him like your time will come, be patient and whatnot. But I do think at a certain point, if you bring him up to the first team as a player, you're
Must be
hoping,
very demoralizing.
You're hoping for first team minutes. I'm sure it's great.
Bro,
to
he's
train with
gotten
these
he's
guys.
gotten over 200 minutes in the EFL Cup, over 100 in the Premier League.
That's 300 minutes. We're in fucking December.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Who's that wonder kid that went to Chelsea from Arsenal? Do you know?
Amari Hutchinson.
No, not him. There's another one.
Amari Hutchinson.
No, I know it's not him. I know who Amari Hutchinson.
went from Arsenal to
I'm
Chelsea.
talking about like a 16-year-old. He was in the news. Our friend was sending it a lot. I forget his name. You don't know?
No.
Okay, whatever.
Because he wasn't getting enough minutes.
No, but look at Cheeto Obi Martin at Man United. Left
Cheeto who?
the striker who scored the most goals.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan
Cheeto.
Kenobi.
How much Cheetos were on sale?
Cheeto?
No, but have you guys actually not heard about him?
Cheeto? What?
Cheeto Obi Martin scored the
Oh,
most
yeah.
U18
You showed
goals
us,
ever
yeah.
in history.
You showed us, yes.
showed us,
You
yes.
showed it. You
Brother,
forced
this
that,
anytime.
yes.
guy's insane.
Send us next.
So,
Video
yeah,
ball.
next skip.
But players like that who are considered like the players who are like that considered like insanely high level footballers potentially in the future are leaving Arsenal because they see players like Nwaneri are not given minutes.
There's no pathway.
Yeah, exactly.
We just need one person.
There's multiple players who have left Arsenal, and there's
There's
players
multiple
like
players that are left everywhere.
look they have a 14-year-old kid there, Max Dowman now, who's supposedly like. When I say generational, he's playing U21 at 14. Like this kid is generational.
God damn. What
Yeah, he's training with the first team already at 14.
Like Yusuf
So-
Mukoko.
No, but that's
Dortmund at 14 years
yeah.
old.
I don't know. That brother's supposedly 24. But, this
But
guy's
was he not 14 years old at Dortmund when he got his
no
first start?
16.
16 with the
16?
U21s or
Yeah.
something, U23s.
But I think that would have made him 19. I think at that time. I don't know.
Anyways, still
bro.
kinda sick. Anyways,
Yeah,
but back to the game, Arsenal. Listen, let's.
No, there's nothing to talk about really the game. It's more the sack injury is way bigger than the two results.
Wow.
Brother, it's
But-
this. You beat the same team twice. You beat a dead horse. Palace played their A team midweek versus Arsenal's B team, and then played their B team versus our A
Arsenal's
team.
A team.
Like I don't like it's just a mismatch. That's Glasner.
Points on the
ball.
line, I guess.
Glasner.
But Arsenal definitely looked convincing, which I think is a good morale boost.
Brother,
because you're gonna need to.
Us Arsenal fans, we know, bro. Gabriel Jesus. This is not like Firm
Oh,
said.
brother,
Gabriel Jesus is not going to be consistently
Oh,
scoring.
okay, I
goals
thought you
every
were
week.
about to say
that's
like, yeah,
No,
Arsenal
no.
fans. No, Gabriel Jesus has
No.
always been that guy.
No, no.
Like the football notification.
It's enjoyable to watch and everybody eats type of game, but this is not consistent. I know we're gonna have a scoring issue next week,
Okay.
the 26th on Boxing Day.
You're keeping it real.
Congratulations,
Mentality.
half off.
Yeah, but guess
half
what?
the goals.
Gabriel Jesus bought himself 6 more months at Arsenal Football
know.
Club this week
Why?
No,
because they're not going to sign a striker in January. They probably
Why
don't
not?
see it as
no,
necessary.
no.
Gabriel Jesus
Trauma,
is like
brother.
a new
The
signing.
trauma. The trauma
But
is
January, it's not going to happen in January now. They can probably delay it to summer. The January window
But why risk- why
is a
force it?
reactive window. People
Yes, but why
react
force-
in
yeah.
January. Arsenal's reaction now is not, I need a striker super bad, like, get me anyone.
I mean, shit. Give me anyone.
Which teams with strikers available are going to be willing to sell in January that you're not going to overpay 10,
unless
20
you're
mil
gonna pay
for?
a bag.
Brother, give me. I want on loan from PSG. Motherfucker.
Colomwani?
Colomwani on loan.
Brother, that's Gabriel Jesus. All you did was step back.
No, you step back and you got 8 years younger. Bro,
On
Colomwani.
loan. So you don't even get to keep him. So who cares about his age?
But if he does,
Why, if he's sitting on a bench in PSG
I
versus
think it's
a
a
2 mil
decent
loan
option.
for
I think it's a
bro, Colomwani would be. He's physical. He's quick. He
Brother,
works.
he is not a striker in the Prem. I promise you that.
Well, bro, Chris
gonna
Wood.
get
Chris
stonewalled by
Wood is
Emi
one of your
Martinez.
best. Chris Wood and Jamie Vardy score over 5 goals already. Both.
They are 10 times more physical than Colomwani.
Oh yes, yes.
Anyways,
You're right.
I can't comprehend what we're talking about.
Anyways, the January transfer window.
It's gonna be big.
It's gonna be important for a lot of teams. I do think Arsenal should make some sort of play for at least a backup striker, or something in the attacking.
Why buy a
phase.
backup striker?
Just something that you could be more
We don't have a
reliant
starting
on.
striker.
Just something more reliant on. No, I don't think you go
Our
starting striker
striker's
in
a
January.
midfielder. Our striker's the CM right now.
Yeah, but January you don't go for a starting striker. in my
So
opinion.
then I say don't go for anything at that point.
But look, there's more teams in this title race that Arsenal are in quotation marks title race.
Opta. Did you see the new Opta?
No,
rankings.
Opta's predicting that Arsenal is top of the league.
At the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Better than Liverpool.
85 points. They win on 85 points.
okay. Lift your Opta Premier League.
Opta is wrong.
Villa did beat Manchester City, and I mean we could spend time talking about Villa.
Morgan Rogers, my best FPL trade of the season.
They deserve
actually insane.
some airtime, but Manchester City once again another loss. That's what 10 and 11 games I think, or 9 and 11 games.
Probably.
Ridiculous losing streak that I don't think we would have ever thought or predicted before the season. January's coming across now. January's coming in a week. Are they going to be active in the January window? Now we just finished speaking about how it's difficult to do deals in January. What's going to happen in January?
To make it more precise, what is one player that Manchester City can buy in January that can fix their team?
I personally think, look, he may not be available, but Mateus Cunha, if you can go and get Mateus Cunha off of Wolves, you gotta go do it because that's an instant upgrade on every attacker bar Haaland.
But then where does he play? Because I know at Spurs they play like the little 2-1, like the Spurs 2 cam 1 striker.
Wolves?
Yeah, well, Cunha we're talking about.
Yeah,
Where does he fit in?
you can play left wing or behind the striker too at certain positions. You can obviously play like
He's not a winger.
he can play backup striker too.
He's
to
not a
be honest.
touchline, and City only use touchline wingers
No,
Right now,
I
in
see
their
him
current
playing.
variation.
in the current evolution.
I see him playing as a left wing.
Yeah, I
He could, brother.
definitely
The
could see it.
Doku.
Doku hasn't been impressive at
Has
all.
not been convincing at all.
Doku for 60 million has low-key been a flop. If we're actually going to speak about it, Doku's low-key been a flop and could use some
I
replacement.
see the potential.
We've been saying that for 2 years, my brother.
I originally didn't see it, but bro, when we played Juve even in the United game, that cut in works. It works so much, but then after once he beats his fullback,
Doesn't know
he
what
doesn't
to
do
do.
anything with
his
He
it.
has
end
not had a
product is
good
not
game playing a fullback above the age of 30.
Brother, he
Under the age
didn't
of
he
30.
cook Mazraoui out of his socks. At
No,
one play.
that was you literally watched one highlight of the entire
Rage
game.
bait.
He got cooked. Mazraoui
like this.
Mazraoui shut him down the entire game.
Yes, but then he cooked in one play that could have led to a goal.
Bro, you are such a social media watcher. It's
Bro,
not even funny.
Bro, there,
Bro, he
Yeah,
cooked
one
him,
come out.
bro.
We
Bro,
got
you
him.
Crash out.
Once.
Got the crash out.
brother, rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
I do think that Manchester City's problems are. Listen, going for an attacker is one way of going about it, but we all know that the problem is the midfield, or at least in the defensive phase of the game. They're gonna have to look for at least a defensive midfielder, a central defensive midfielder, someone in that place to replace Rodri for at least 6 months. It's gonna be tough, but that's where they have to look, in my opinion.
So which player?
Yeah, but
no one knows,
I'm
bro.
being on
I got a
me.
couple. Manchester
knows?
City, I got a couple for you. One, I'm gonna tell you first because it piques my personal interest. Like I said, Douglas Luiz, you can take him on a loan. We won't charge you too much. We'll even give you an option to buy at the end of the season.
It's all yours.
Something like we just want our money back from Aston Villa rinsing us. And listen, we'll give you the girlfriend too.
Two for one.
Two for one
She
special.
could play in the Man City team with Hemp and the rest of them girls. But aside from that, I'd go Ederson from Atalanta. Just because it's brother, it's the people I'm watching week in, week out. I won't tell you some La Liga scrub, but I'll tell you Ederson. He's not a Rodri replacement, by any means. But if you want to strengthen that midfield, Ederson's been proving.
He's an improvement more on Gundogan than he is on Rodri.
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like he won't replace Kovacic in my opinion.
Yeah.
He'll be a Gundogan replacement.
You can't replace Rodri with a January signing.
No.
Unfortunately not. But you definitely need,
Zubimendi maybe, but like you're not going to get a player of Rodri's
Does
level.
anybody watch Zubimendi?
That's
That Euros final was a special performance.
I know, but does
but
anyone
going back
has
to the
anyone
Euros,
watched
well, 6 months ago. That was 6 months ago.
DiMarco for Italy can play in a back four though, supposedly.
No, but
Okay. Got
DiMarco
it.
currently still balls for Italy.
Yeah.
Makefai.
Against Azerbaijan. Okay, keep going.
Respect Azerbaijan, by the way.
But then we play like our last
Literally,
game
if
versus
there was,
France.
if there was
Belgium.
no F1 race there, I don't think anyone would know Azerbaijan.
Baku.
But whatever.
No, but we played against France. And DiMarco played well.
France and Belgium.
Name one city in Azerbaijan that's not Baku.
I think they only have Baku.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
might actually just be back.
I think the whole country.
But definitely they need more quality in the middle of the pitch because that's where all their problems have been originating from. You see Gundogan, he's not able to, physically he's just not there anymore. And Kovacic, he's physical, but he doesn't have the same vision as a Rodri. So you're either looking for, bring in an offer to Inter, Çalhanoğlu. Go to Manchester City.
33 years old or 32
30
years old?
The stopgap.
Stopgap. Could play 60, 70 million, 80 million.
$80 million stopgap. The door is heavy. That's a heavy ass
yours.
door.
Manchester City got the dough, bro.
Brother, you're
bridge truck to the
just
door.
trying to scam them.
Scammer gets scammed, bro. Çalhanoğlu for at least 2-3 more years next to
You
Rodri.
beat us in the Champions League final. I'll give you
Damn,
Çalhanoğlu
bro.
for 80 million.
Brother, no problem. Here, 80 mil. Right there. Boom, boom. No problem.
Now he's gonna say an AC Milan player. We're gonna have
Oh,
to trifecta.
Rangers, brother. If you want to spend a cool 80
That's a
million on
scam.
Now
Rangers,
Yeah.
that's a player that would not fit in the Premier League. That's a Xerxes to the Prem.
listen,
transfer.
if you want someone to score you goals, someone to be more liquid, unlike Gundogan and Kovacic, you bring in Rangers.
Rangers would probably get under 5 GA in an entire season in the Premier League, even if he started every single game.
Did it in the Champions League so far, but okay.
I think if you're not gonna bring in a midfielder, Kyle Walker needs replacing because any right back, to be honest, I'll probably go. Call me crazy. Manchester United, Diogo Dalot.
Oh, bro, we're going off the script here.
Treacherous
Off the
twins.
script.
Crazy.
Dallo Walker treacherous.
Yeah.
No, but for real, Amorim, I don't think
for
rates
real.
rates him as a right wing back, and for a back
We're all
four.
trying to sell our player.
No, I'm not trying to
pump
sell
up
my
the stock.
player.
Bro,
I'm not trying to
Denzel
sell my
Dumfries is your guy, bro. Is your guy.
Who do I want to get rid of? Danilo. Oh my God, the return
Bro,
of Danilo to
I've never seen
Manchester
a better
City.
signing than Danilo.
Actually, Napoli's interested. What the fuck
God
do
damn.
Napoli see in Danilo?
More than what we do.
Yeah, more than us for some reason.
But definitely City for.
Any center backs? Break the bank, Bastoni, bro.
Hoyson.
Get that guy out of the. That guy's too good in
Hoyson.
Serie A.
I'm
Get
giving
him out
you
of there.
actual real ones, okay?
Spanish?
Dean Hoyson.
Spanish.
Brother balled out against Manchester
Oh
United.
my God,
Arguable man of the
you're
match.
using one game sample.
No, it's brother. I've been watching multiple weeks. Right
But
foot.
when he played at Juve, those couple games, Varvar said he's just
Garbage.
shit and too
yes,
skinny.
because for me, if you need to prove yourself in the Prem, you do. At the end of the day, you playing against Serie A
Chill guy,
strikers is not going to move.
Just a chill guy.
That's cringe. He needs to stop that.
Needs to
Chill guy.
prove yourself
back
in
to
the
back
Prem.
too.
If you're a center back and you could score in 2 consecutive games, you're allowed to do that. Chill guy.
Milankovic proved himself in the Prem, by the way.
Fiorentina legend.
Fiorentina scrub.
Kulusevski is currently destroying the Prem.
Bro, if you look at every top informed player in the Premier League, they were all Serie A
Tonali.
rejects. Bro, that's crazy.
Salah.
We might actually be the best league in the
Tonali,
world.
top Premier
That's all
League
I'm saying,
player.
bro.
Okay.
Discussions need to be had.
But
Tonali's actually not a bad shout. Man City?
They wouldn't do it in January, unfortunately.
But then we
He
talked about
wouldn't
this
leave.
earlier. Tonali wouldn't want to go to
No, he wouldn't.
another English city.
my last couple of weeks of watching Bournemouth, honestly, both center backs Man City could actually go and get. Zabarni also is a baller, and Hoyson. Both
But
of them.
what about when the injuries come back for City?
I would start them over fucks like Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz.
Kerkesh, welcome
Brother,
to that
Ruben
city.
Diaz would have been sold to
That's a good
Benfica.
one.
Kerkesh?
Kerkes?
Their left back, they don't need a left back. They have
Not
Guardiola.
Make Guardiola center back again.
Doesn't have the
Not enough
aggression to
fullback.
play center back. Doesn't have the aggression to play
There's been a lot of
center back.
mistakes.
Guardiola?
Yeah.
He's had a lot of mistakes as a center back.
and you also lose his offensive threat when you do that.
Yeah.
Which is like
I
his
find
best
he's not.
asset.
He's much more suited on the left side than he is.
General-
on
I don't know. I
Gonzalez,
kind of disagree. He's always been a center back.
He makes
Not for Croatia.
defensive errors.
Yeah, he was a center back.
Not
He
in the
needs more
Euros.
freedom.
Yeah, he never played left back.
Brother, he was in the box half the time.
That's because he's a center back. He's like a Calafiore at Bologna. He would go in as a striker.
Pretty much. But obviously, City definitely need to do something different in January because this has not been the last 2 months have just not been
Yeah.
it for Manchester
City
City.
should have bought like Timber when he was available.
They've
bad.
made a lot of whiffs. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of mistakes have been made, and we spoke about it last week with Grealish
Yeah.
as well. Like a lot of transfers have just been flops for City, so they're gonna need to hit it on the head for January if they want to at least get back into contention for Champions League.
And there was one player in this game that actually dominated, and he's a Man City Academy, Morgan Rogers.
Yeah, that
And
has
there's
to
a-
be spoken about because I mentioned this recently, I think in a YouTube video, that Man City sold Palmer, Lavia, and I said I forgot the third player. And then the third player is Morgan Rogers,
Rogers.
who ended up dropping a man-of-the-match performance against Manchester City.
Crazy.
And I think Man City got 50 mil for this three combined, or 60 mil for these three combined.
Really? Lavia?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
these
Lavia
might,
was 10 mil to Southampton or 15 mil.
these might
Oh,
all
yeah.
be. They might not all be relevant because some of them, I mean, they moved when they were too young. Brahim Diaz to Madrid, Rogers to Middlesbrough, Palmer to Chelsea, Sancho to Dortmund, Lavia to Southampton, Pedro Porto Sporting, Douglas Luiz to Villa, Delap to Ipswich, Trafford to Burnley, and then like another one like
Yeah, Delap to Ipswich. That's another one.
Yeah.
They could very much use a Delap right now.
Gittins to Dortmund, which
Oh,
Gittins
Gittins,
has been balling
been
this
very,
season.
very good.
Frimpong
Frimpong
to
this
Celtic, but you said that it was too.
It was
too
like
young.
14 or 15
Yeah.
to Celtic.
But that's a starting 11 right there.
Yeah.
If we're looking at it, that's a starting
And
11.
Alex Garcia left for free to Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Wow. A lot of
Well, Alex
unfortunate
Garcia was a Girona player, but yeah.
lot of misses.
What this tells me, though, that they have an excellent youth academy.
Yes,
Pumping
but
up
But if they're
talent.
not keeping
has
them,
not been doing a good job promoting the youth.
Yeah, but they're using those funds to buy players. But the problem
You're
is that
buying
they've been
shit.
whiffed.
You're buying
Yeah.
Kovacic and Gundogan, and you're buying 33-year-old players or 34-year-old players.
Well, no, they
that
didn't
are
buy
past their
Gundogan.
prime.
but one Phil Foden is worth an entire generation.
Yeah, but once again, there's other Phil Fodens there for you to take. It's not just one Phil Foden, and then your academy fell.
I know, but
like imagine right now behind Haaland, you had Phil Foden, Palmer, and Morgan Rogers.
Be nuts.
When everything's
That's
rolling
an-
when everything's rolling at City, you go look at their Carabao lineups, and like there's just random guys you've never seen in your entire life.
Yeah, but that's because they're promoting youth
Now-
players that are. What's crazy is that the amount of youth players that have left, and that's the product that they decided. Yeah, that's first team material, which is pretty crazy to me. But
You go look at a player like which managers in the Premier League were able to keep 20 years of sustained success, which Pep is trying to do. Really, only Sir Alex Ferguson. Wenger, you could say, had a very good long period of success. Why? Because they always had an influx of young players coming through every single time, and they needed to take very ballsy calls that ended up refreshing the lineup. When Ronaldo came through, 18 years old, and he started playing well, Ruud van Nistelrooy, who was scoring 30 goals a year, 40 goals a year, it was, I can't play with Ronaldo, you're going to have to make a choice. He said, okay, Ruud van Nistelrooy, I'm sorry, you got sold to Real Madrid. Like, it's balls like that end up extending the window or the period that teams can. In the class of 92, which is very, very famous at Manchester United, Ferguson brought up a whole bunch of young kids like Beckham, Neville, Scholes. It ended up defining an entire generation for Manchester United. Your youth academy, in my personal opinion, that's why I associate so well with Manchester United, should be the heartbeat of your club. There should
I
always
agree.
be youth players coming through.
I agree, but you have to be doing well to have that. And Sir Alex Ferguson had that flexibility because his team was so dominant. But if
Pep's
like
team was so dominant. He could have easily
was
2-3 years ago.
I know, but he was developing youth.
Who other than Foden, which Foden is a borderline generational talent. Any manager would have gotten him through in first team football. So it's not really.
Yeah, Pep hasn't been notorious of
Like Cole
bringing
Palmer
up
got
talent.
through technically. Cole Palmer got through, and then
Sold for 40 million to Chelsea.
That's
If you were seeing the stuff that Cole Palmer's doing in games and training, that's not someone you sell.
yep,
where would he have played him?
And you find
Make it
a
work.
way.
Over KDB or Foden?
You find a way.
make it work.
We saw in the England national team, the brother can't play unless he has the keys.
When
He played
Pep's
better than
went down-
Foden. for the English national team.
Yeah, well,
That's just
They both didn't play well.
you do not allow. First of all, right now we're having conversation about best player in the Prem, and it's always Palmer, Salah, and Saka. So there's no Phil Foden conversation.
I know. But I'm saying at the time when everything's rolling well, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I agree that Pep should have been doing better to get these players into the team, but I mean, it's like
Show some cojones, bro.
when you're trying to stay at the top,
Yeah, but now the problem is that they ain't at
who's
the
Real
top.
Madrid producing
They have the most youth. They have the best youth. But that's a
in the
specific
world,
case.
but not at their team. Brother, the whole team's bought.
Yes, but it's because they move a bit different. They sell their youth. No, but they sell their youth academy and buy 17-year-olds from Uruguay, like Valverde, or they buy 17-year-olds
Rennes.
from Camavinga. It's not. They're still bringing in 17-year-olds. It's
I know.
just they bring them in from foreign
That's the
places.
Chelsea way too, to be honest.
Yes,
Like they're selling like a Gehi or
Tomori.
Tomori, for example, and they're bringing in. What are they bringing
Like
in?
more solidified,
Yeah.
more certain options that could actually get
Hudson
first team
Odoi.
minutes.
True.
Yeah, it's true.
There's two ways of doing it, I think.
But City is just there seems to have been about a 2-year gap between them either bringing in new youth talent and phasing out the old talent.
Yeah.
Right? The older talent is starting to get phased out, or just not, like you're seeing like a very large digression of their skills, but that youth influx has not been there.
But now look at the age profile of the team. They're all like a lot of players are 32, 33,
Hasn't
34.
been kept up, but that's what I'm
And
saying.
They all need replacing
but
like
Savio
this
was how
summer.
old Savio?
21.
They tried.
But once again,
Doku, how old was
Savio.
he when they bought
Yeah,
him?
but you're speaking about these two players as if they're like guaranteed world class players.
Mateus Nunes.
These players might also need. Mateus Nunes is shit.
I know, but they tried to buy young players. It just wasn't
But they're young
Julian
players.
Alvarez.
Yeah, but you see, Mateus Nunes, perfect example, kind of plays exactly like Morgan Rogers. Why did you go spend 52 million on Mateus Nunes? Plays very similar to Morgan.
I don't know
Rogers.
about that.
He does. At Wolves, at least he did.
At Wolves, he was a different player.
52 mil on a player that main strengths are dribbling, long progressive runs. That sounds like Morgan Rogers to me.
But when was Morgan Rogers sold to Southampton or to
20, he was
Middlesbrough.
sold to Middlesbrough. 2022,
Bro, 2022 they were winning trebles. Like they were coming off of the treble.
and you bought Mateus Nunes.
Yuck.
After he had a bad season at Wolves, by the way. They spent 52
By the
mil
dip,
on
brother.
that brother.
By the dip.
C'est la vie.
Just c'est la vie. Sorry,
C'est la
Pep
vie.
Guardiola. C'est la vie.
C'est la vie.
Anyway, I still think that City will bounce back in the second half of the season. Pep just needs to have a nice
They
Christmas.
could,
with
but
his family.
I don't think they'll win another Prem in the next 2-3 years.
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie.
Moving on to my favorite point of the week. Barcelona once again lose 2-1 versus Atletico
Our
Madrid.
weekly segment.
Our weekly segment of Barcelona deserved to win on paper but lost the game. Does this lead to a bigger issue at Barcelona, a finishing issue?
Hundo P.
I mean, watching this game, there was at least 3-4 chances for Barcelona that they could have easily put away. This game ending 2-1
Well,
for
it's not
Atletico.
easily because it's happening every week. So
Yeah, but when you're watching it isolated, like you're just watching those exact chances, brother, those have to go in regardless of who's at the
I
end
actually
of
have a stat. As of right now, Barcelona lead the league with big chances missed. Sorry, I just
created.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, Barca lead the league with big chances missed at 50. They've missed 50 big chances.
Goodness gracious. And you know what? Watching this game, you could see why. It seems that they're just missing that final touch, that final piece to really like finish games off. They cannot finish games off at all, which is very concerning, especially if you're planning this. Like if you want this team to go deep in a Champions League run, you want them to go toe-to-toe, band for La Liga. Like, listen,
The
they're gonna have
closest
to shape up.
second is 35, which there's a big discrepancy, which means that your team has a finishing issue.
Yes.
It's proven statistically, and when you watch the game, I mean, we all saw it. They should have finished at least 2 goals in that match, like minimum 2 goals in
Yeah,
that match.
I agree.
But you're saying that they're trying to like this team is the same team that Xavi had. It's the same team that underperformed in CL after underperformed in CL. It's the same team. They're just doing it in a more entertaining fashion now, I guess. But the result's the same.
Well, technically, like, I think the stat was that Xavi and Flick right now at this current moment have the exact same amount of points.
Yeah, but
In La Liga.
But that was like 3 seasons after Xavi, though.
Flick right now has the lowest winning percentage for any manager. He has a lower winning percentage than Koeman. Not winning, losing. Sorry, he has a bigger losing percentage than Koeman, Xavi, all these Valverde, all these managers
Really?
they had in recent years. Yeah,
How's that even possible?
25% losing percentage in La Liga.
I think that's just
They
a
won every 4 matches.
Yeah.
Loss. Well, they don't draw.
victim of the system, unfortunately.
I think it raises questions about Lewandowski's
Well, they're 12,
finishing.
2, and 5. So
Yeah.
5 losses, 12 wins. That's higher than 25%.
No, 12, 2, and 5. So
Yeah.
19 out of 19 games, he lost 5.
Oh yeah.
Damn. I think there's big questions about Lewandowski. He needs to finish more. He's not been. It's weird because he scores goals, but I think it's because he has so many chances that obviously his volume of goals scored.
I think
is gonna increase.
Rafinha's more so the finishing issue than.
Rafinha can't do it all.
Brother,
doing
Rafinha missed 2 absolute sitters in that match.
hit the
I
crossbar.
have said this, and I said this. I don't remember if I said this in a video or if it was just speaking between us four. Barcelona should go get John Duran this summer.
Would help a lot.
Bro, having John Duran, and I'm sure he would accept a backup role to Lewandowski for 1 or 2 years. Having that option.
Moving from backup to backup is crazy.
Yeah, but now you're backup at Barcelona, not Aston Villa.
Choupo-Moting did that.
And I'm sure because Aston Villa have Ollie Watkins, they'd be okay leaving with Duran leaving for 50 mil, 60 mil.
I think it's more of a hefty price. Like I'm thinking 70 mil plus.
But I don't think
And
they
Barca
can,
wouldn't
I don't
buy
think
that.
they can justify the 70 mil price tag with only bench.
Yeah, maybe not.
I think if you offered Aston Villa have had issues with FFP. So
True.
they might accept a 50, 60 mil for John Duran because
Yeah,
it's all profit.
And
but-
Barcelona
But I
once.
don't know. If that's the price tag, a lot of other teams are going to get involved in that.
Yeah, but not a lot of other teams are not Barca. And I'm
They don't got the pull. They don't got the pull. But yeah, when Lewandowski comes off, there's no one else that comes on and could kind of fill that role. So I think they definitely need a backup striker. That's for sure.
Clinical. The ones that just like Duran get
Just
the
finish.
ball, finish it. They don't,
I don't agree, man. But fucking Real Madrid won a Champions League with Joselu at striker.
But Joselu would finish his
Joselu was
chances.
clinical. Joselu won
Okay,
them multiple games in that
okay.
CL.
He was also
He-
alternating with Bellingham, I find. Like as
Yeah,
a striker.
but I think like you don't like when you have Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. Technically, you don't need I don't think you need anyone better than Lewandowski.
Yeah, but it's just
not
to
that necessary.
alternate
I'm
because
not saying Duran's better than Lewandowski. I'm saying that Duran is just a better profile with Rafinha and Yamal.
yeah, like against these low block teams like Atletico Madrid, their entire plan was just to sit back the entire game.
But they create chances versus a block, which is good.
Yeah, it's very good. But Lewandowski, I mean, he kind of struggles in those situations. He's more of a guy you run up with. You know what I mean? So I think having a striker could alternate and just have different play styles, it just helps the team as a whole.
I will defend the Barca fans for once by saying, if Lamine Yamal was playing in that game, I think Barcelona
Maybe he finishes.
already deserved to have won the game. I think, but with Yamal, that changes. It adds a whole different threat.
Yeah.
And Barcelona, it's not looking good either in January because, brother, it's looking like Dani Olmo might not be able to register.
It's a big
I
loss.
think they can't even sign anyone in January.
Yeah,
Crazy.
forget signing
Forget-
anyone.
Bro, that's a
They need to sell
sign your own
people.
players.
They need to sell people to fund Dani Olmo's registration. Because if not,
He's
look,
free
I
agent,
read that. I read that. I don't think it's a free agent. I think he just can't be registered for the rest 6 months or whatever.
just trains with the club and.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Is that a
Just
loan
collecting
situation?
stats.
I don't think you can loan. You can't even loan.
No?
Yeah, you can loan.
No, but you pass the registry date for anyone.
No, but you can loan. You just can't register him to play in La Liga.
I know, but how do other teams register him? Like, let's say he gets loaned to another La Liga team. You missed the registry date.
No, because
No,
you
for
can
the club.
register for all of January. From 1st to 31st, you can register.
But is this because Barcelona prioritize other players over him?
It's because when you register new players, you can't take off someone who's already played. And,
Okay, so it's like that whole like what MLS has with foreign players.
I promise you they did this. They faked the Christensen injury for the first I'm pretty sure Christensen got injured for 1 month. They said, oh, it's a 6-month injury, just leave him out till January. And then they said register Dani Olmo.
Terry Price.
Yeah,
LTIR,
exactly. So
long-term
now,
injury
now
reserve.
Christensen comes back in January. That's another player you need to add. So it's gonna be
Christensen's
interesting.
gonna help
see.
Barca.
No,
have that
I don't
center
think
back.
so. They're still gonna have Inigo Martinez there. They're still gonna start Inigo. And when Araujo comes back from injury, I think in February or whatever, he's starting. Let's not lie here.
Factos. But listen, Atletico Madrid, they played exactly how they wanted to play, and it keeps on working. 11 games undefeated. Honestly, this is one of the best teams in the world.
A classic.
I don't know
Bro,
about
top
that.
top
Now
10.
we're just lying.
Oh yeah,
Top
yeah.
10, sure.
But this is also Atletico's first win against Barca away since 2006 or 2007.
Oh,
I
it's
think.
been a minute.
Is that for real?
For real. Before Simeone.
Damn.
Before
Wasn't at
Simeone.
the Camp Nou though.
Yeah, it was not.
So technically, they haven't won at the
Yeah,
Camp
so
Nou
that's
since
true.
2000.
That's true. But yeah, Atletico this year, they have it.
Bro, they got dominated by Barca. They
Yes.
got
Dominated. But again,
But
this is
no
like
one remembers domination. When Inter went to Barcelona,
Yeah.
they got dominated.
Yeah.
But no one remembers after Mourinho puts his finger up. No one cares.
But I mean, this is that Atletico team that, brother, you do not want to face them in Champions League. This is the way how you think your team is gonna play versus Atletico is gonna be exactly like this, and you will end up eliminated
Yep.
because this is exactly how they play. This is just
And the Paul will
copy-paste.
score on you.
DePaul will score
Paul
and
will score his
celebrate.
first goal of the season on you, most likely.
Celebrate on your dome. Obviously, that's a lovely sight to see on your.
You will have a fight with either Jimenez or Savic.
Yes.
100%.
Mandatory.
And a guy, a motherfucker named Sorloth, is gonna score a 96-minute
Header.
goal.
and your career and your whole career and your season, everything.
And Simeone celebration mandatory.
And Simeone will have expected everything. The whole
Oh
way
yeah,
through the, like, two
fully
legs.
calculated.
Celebrates as if it's like a surprise, brother. I know you calculated this to the minute.
Yeah, but listen,
yeah.
the fact that they beat Barcelona now, they're first in La Liga. Listen, I think this is it means business because these guys could beat Real Madrid, they could beat Barcelona, they could low-key win the title. I think there's
Not Real Madrid.
Firms, we have a fact check, just a live fact check. Stefan Savic plays for Trabzonspor now.
oh my god, he hasn't been at Atletico Madrid in how long?
For a minute.
For a minute. Jimenez is still there though.
Yeah.
And who's the other center back? The young guy.
Barca fans, I'm not even gonna cap. I didn't even watch this game. I'm not even gonna cap. I just hate.
Wait, who?
Hate to hate.
Barrios?
I just hate
No,
because
Barrios
I
is the
love
midfielder.
Barrios
who you
is
ask?
center
the
mid.
other center back.
Langlais,
True.
Oh, it's true. We spoke
ex
about
Barca
it.
player.
You're Don, by the way.
Ex Barca player.
Longley.
You're
Oh no,
overrated
you
now.
said all-timer status.
All time. Yeah, that was not me. That said all time status for Longley. That
But
is
yeah.
for sure.
Atletico Madrid first. Loki could win the title now.
Low-key, don't care. Plus
Real
ratio.
Madrid
Real
still have
Madrid.
games in hand, so
Yeah.
and they won today. Are they still first?
And they won in dominant
I don't know,
fashion.
check.
too.
4-2.
This La
4-2.
Liga
Sevilla?
misinformation sesh needs to be fact checked.
Needs to be
Barca
studied.
fan, by the way.
Buenos dias, buenos noches.
Well,
Bienvenida.
He's not looking at the table anymore because no, Real Madrid actually Atletico Madrid is clear first now.
They're
No games in hand anymore.
No games
Because
in hand.
Atletico Madrid have 18 played, Real Madrid have 18 played, Barcelona 19, and they're still third.
But put them first in your power rankings. Stop underrating us.
Brother, they might not be. They might be. Scary conversations.
Cheap.
Panic button in the room.
All I'm saying is that Messi's back shirt number may be Barcelona's number next time. That's all I'm saying.
Back shirt number?
That's not nice.
Okay, that's a heavy connection there.
That's not nice.
Whatever makes you happy,
I
bro.
do think Atletico. This was a listen. Congrats on the
Yeah,
win.
but
Congrats on the win.
once again, another Barca loss. Yamal is not playing. It's actually insane
It's in sync.
how this 18-year-old is he 18 yet?
He's 18 now, I'm
18.
pretty sure,
Okay.
Oh, he turned 18 finally?
Yeah.
pretty sure he's
We can stop saying he's 17?
No,
You
because
can
he
check.
turns 17.
No, he's 18. I think now.
Knowing a 17.
Going up fast.
questions.
17 still. That's
Still.
crazy.
God damn.
The fact that Barcelona are so like
Reliant.
night and day without the 17-year-old kid is ridiculous.
I wouldn't say night and day because they still ended up getting chances, but Lamine Yamal finishes a lot of those chances.
It does
That
help.
is 100%.
I don't know.
yes.
His main thing isn't finishing.
But the quality that like across to Lewandowski.
Yeah,
like
it's
Lewandowski
more. It's
finishes
it's the volume of
Yeah.
assists and
Yes.
like, crosses and shit.
Yeah.
Rafinha in this game, he was going heavy with the like on net. He was going very, very heavy. Like those crosses that Lamine Yamal would like
He was
kind
playing
of
that right wing that.
It relieves the pressure off of Rafinha. Like you have another one attacking as well. Like
Yeah.
Lewandowski's just feeding off these
and
chances.
then Rafinha would have played on the left.
Yeah.
And then almost a little shit.
Yeah, it was a tough game. And
I don't
obviously,
know.
Yamal's a huge loss.
Yeah.
They're
That's
going to need to
about it.
shape up. I
Yep.
remember Hansi Flick a month ago said, thank goodness November's over. Brother, you better start wishing December finishes very soon.
He's on that pep path right now.
Yeah.
So,
That we got through a serious amount of topics.
those a lot. Those are not that many games, but a lot of subtopics.
But it did feel refreshing because I feel like it was less about the results of the matches, but more about the
In
states
depth.
of squads.
Storylines.
And that's better because the season, the year is coming to a close, and I think a lot of changes always happen in January.
Yeah. A lot of reflection for these clubs.
Is the podcast the next one going to be in the new year? No, huh?
No,
No, it won't.
Just
We got one
before.
more.
But the power rankings.
I got
just
one more in
before.
me.
no, is it?
No, it's the 29th, I think.
Oh, because
30th.
No,
The 20,
20. It's gonna come on 30th.
the 30th. So
We got one
Power
more.
rankings just to start the year.
New Year's Eve. That's what it is.
The eve of
Yeah.
the eve of New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll talk about the power rankings when
Yeah.
we want to get that out.
Well, do we have anything to say for the rest?
honestly?
This week we have a major thing coming out.
A little
midweek.
Christmas present potentially
big
for you
Christmas
guys.
present for you guys.
Coming out on the 26th.
Yeah, that's
So keep your eyes peeled
yeah.
Boxing
So,
and your ears perked. Is that what
yeah,
they say?
Pause.
yeah. So we put a lot of work into this 26th thing
Yeah.
that we're giving you guys, and we're not going to confirm exactly what it is. You guys will see. But
It's a real passion
Yeah.
project.
We're excited.
yeah, we've been
Excited to
working
see
on
you
it
guys
for a
like it.
while. It's been in the works for how many
minute.
months?
Couple of months.
Yeah,
Couple.
More months than we wanted.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but we'll see you guys
Yeah.
next week.
Yep.
Exactly.
Take care. Enjoy the holidays.
Happy holidays.
Ciao.